places.
Of course we are.
Because I didn't even check. Didn't even check. So,
We're just being helpful.
This is... So, Becky, Mark, JJ, there we go, I guess. Right, there we go. Cool.
Are we being professional? Is that what you're saying, AD?
Oh,
We're being professional.
Oh, yeah. I actually...
Ultimately.
Hoping people can hear us now. Can you hear us now? Can people hear us now?
People can hear us. I'm listening to the stream.
Cool. You're in it? Wait, that's some
Yeah,
weird
we're
narcissism going right there.
I mean, in the chat.
I wanted to check. Yeah, also in the chat.
Right. Watch out. Heavyweight gaming. Welcome, everyone. What are we doing? It's been months, years. This is session 2.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah. This adventure module will take 12 years and it's only 4 sessions. So, Right, tonight we're playing, well, you know, if you're here, we play tabletop. We do loads. We got like Vampire going on a Sunday. We got D&D Mondays and Tuesdays. Got a few one-shots here and there. And we're cracking out Pathfinder 2nd Ed tonight. This is the adventure path by Paizo. And it is called Quest for the Frozen Flame. Where random encounter a lot. So this will be, has your name's changed? Oh, no, it's out of sync. Hang on. There we go. That's better. So we got Kes, JJ, Becky, and Matt, as you can see on the screen. Mother and child will be arguing shortly for bedtimes.
Mother will be strangling child for bedtime.
Well, there we go. So we don't beat our children in this house.
No, we don't.
We beat them in the garden. So, but yeah. Right, so normal stuff they got to go through. Social media. If you go to Instagram or if you go to Facebook or Twitter and you put in heavyweight gaming or heavy, you'll probably find us. Follow us, subscribe to us, whatever the terminology is. My camera is decided not to focus on me. Focus. Nope, screw it. I'll sort it in a sec. Yeah, so go check them out. They're in the links. Click them. They're under the stream as well. You can find us, and it's basically me posting about when we're going live, what we're going live with, what we're writing, what we're doing, what we've got planned, etc., etc. Dwarf Warrior, I hate you. There is no heavyweight gaming TikTok. It's no such thing. I randomly made an account to follow a friend's video, and I hate you all. So, the dog is not mine.
That's ours.
That is ours.
So yeah, go follow us on social media. We are using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. It's really cool, super cool. It's really pretty. It's really user friendly. Once you get to know a few of the intricacies of it, and you've got a mat. So yeah, it is. You know, I practically do nothing, by the way, just claiming all the glory. But yes, we're using Foundry. It's really cool. Go check it out. It's super good at if you're into your virtual tabletopping. And as Nightbot has just pointed out, Dwarf Warrior, if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see all our previous wonderful stories and adventures and everything we do. Tried Foundry the other night. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So yeah, so go check out Foundry while I turn my camera off. Back on again. Fixed. Look at that. Science. So, go check out Foundry. We use Sunscape for ambient music in the background. If you sat around a table and you've got a Bluetooth device or a PC or a tablet or a phone or whatever, you can play the music out and you've got like your dragonfires, your goblin fights, your tunnels, your rains, your storms, your magics going off. It's really cool for creating that atmospheric feeling. Some people call it ambience. It's really good for that around the table. If you play it online like we do, get your pals to download the web player app. You play the music, it goes through the web player app and they can have it as loud or quiet as they so wish. Because it's really good at what it does. And as Sirenscape put it themselves, epic games need epic sound. Woo! Go check out Paizo. They're great. Their Pathfinder stuff is unbelievable. I really like the system. And this is my dip into learning the mechanics of it so I can eventually, one day, possibly run homebrew in the world of Colossus. Nothing to do with this stream whatsoever, but go check out World Anvil. Put 300 plus pages of lore, creations, everything into World Anvil this week. We've still got more to put in there and we've still got more to write. Colossus is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. I do have a wonderful idea that I'm going to run past this lot after the stream regarding Pathfinder 2nd Ed and Colossus. So tune in. Well, you lot can't tune in, but you four, stay on the call after the stream. I think we don't really do bits on Pathfinder because they get hero points. Hero points allows the players to do rerolls and save themselves when they're dying and stuff like this. It's a really cool mechanic that Pathfinder have. It is optional, but I like it. It's cool. If you so wish to throw 200 bits into the party. Please name the player that you wish to have the 200 bits for, and they will get an extra hero point. If you want the DM to have a what we're calling bastard points, you can put 500 points, 500 bits in, and I will get a bastard point. So, and I will do with that as whatever I wish. To be fair, for your hard-earned bits. We got some content on DM's Guild. It's 5th edition. Go check it out. Tasha's Heavy Crockpot Bits and Bobs. It's really cool. It's 80 pages, 81 pages of stuff. We just released Frank and Kenzie's Tradesfolk Compendium. Again, full of cool stuff. Loads of our nerdy friends got together, wrote a load of stuff. They've done artwork for it. There's two releases now. There you go, both in the chat. Really cool stuff. If you're into your 5e stuff, go check it out, buy it. They all get a couple of quid for their hard-earned, efforts, and we get to say thank you. We're doing a Kickstarter sometime next year. We'll let you know about it. That's it. I think. Are we done? Oh no! I'm lying. In a month, less than a month. June 3rd, 4th, and 5th. UK Games Expo. We're going to be there. Get your head on here. How did it work? This is not a skinnier version of me. This is another person. All right. This is Eduardo, aka Mr. Valentine. Right?
Are you sure it's not a clone, AD? Are you sure?
It might be half a clone. Like he needs to eat a pie or two.
We're going to swap in midstream.
The one that lives in the loft.
Midstream, see if anyone notices. We're going to be at the UK Games Expo. It's less than a month. Yes, Bardic Inspiration. So myself and Eddie will be there representing heavyweight gaming. We've got a small piece of the table. We're going to be there with Bardic Inspiration, as you can see in the chat. They sell some beautiful geeky nerdy essentials. Dice bags, as in dice, and dice bags, dice trays, dice jails. My favourite thing they do is the scented candles. They're so cool to throw into your games if you're lucky enough to be around the table, or if you just want to light one near your desk. It's pretty cool to get in the zone. So go check out Bardic Inspiration, but also at the UK Games Expo. Please come and see me and Eddie. We'll be there in our wonderful t-shirts, which I should probably get a link for because we now got merch apparently. Like there's nearly 10 sold. It's stupid. But yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, more t-shirts are on the way, which are going to be cool. And at the expo on the Saturday, 2:30 till 3:30. I may have got that wrong. 2:30 till 3:30. I will be doing a world building panel. For 1 hour in the Meeple room, I think it is. I'll be stood there shouting all things world buildy and answering questions if folks have them. If they don't, well, I'll just waffle on for an hour. But yeah, so that's good. Yeah. And then in August, up in Manchester, we're at the GS-Con. There's another link coming. Jesus Christ. And I'll be doing a one-shot of D&D for 8 to 10 players for 4 hours on the Saturday. The GS-Con is a great convention. It's to help gamers that use gaming for their mental health, for their way of therapy. It's really cool. The guy that's running it, lad called Matt, is super passionate about it. The conversation I had with him blew me away, and I was like, yeah, cool. So I'll be running that. There'll be lots of other gaming stuff going on. Emrys is sponsoring it. Emrys is one of our players on the Tuesday. She's also a streamer called Emrys Plays. Go check her out. She's super cool. And if you use Emrys 10 in your ticket purchasing, you get 10% off, which is cool. She's sponsoring the con as well. There's going to be loads and loads of creators there. Just go follow the website. There's so much going on there. There's like 1,000+ tickets being sold. The one shot's held in its own seminar room, so we could have a fair amount of people heckling us. It'll be great. Is that it for chuffing for heavyweighty stuff? Yeah, cool. Let's go. Right. Recap, I think. 7 months ago, Sam, Eddie, keep it down. No fighting. Alright, settle down. You're a grown ass man for crying out. Samson.
I didn't do anything.
Back away from the child. Samson, sit down. Alright, stop it. Just stop it. You've only got to wait 8 minutes. Alright? Just leave him alone. I hate everyone. Right. So, we're playing Quest for the Frozen Flame. Let me put some tunes on of the old Sunscape variety.
Don't shout. Do not shout.
Right, that is a terrible cough. I'm sure he's fine.
Ready?
Is he far away?
Nope.
Or is it a near cough?
It's a near cough. It's always a near cough. Is that music coming through? No, because I haven't pressed play. Let's try that again. I do this apparently often, but you know.
AD's a professional.
I got one subscriber, that's it, I'm claiming pro. Right, hopefully you get some birdies making noises.
Yes, there's certainly something coming through.
Right, let me make sure the
It's quite quiet, but it is there.
the elven, flutist don't kick in. Right, so last time on Quest for the Frozen Flame, you are all a bunch of lunatics. It is the Green Moon Rising Festival celebration happening in a few days. Yourselves are a bunch of scouts that were put together by a whipper who is heavily pregnant and decided that she's about to have a baby in a couple of days, and therefore you lot are going to do the heavy lifting. 2 seconds while I go and punish my child.
I'm assuming we've got a vamp now. I'm guessing that's our job. Is that our job?
Yes. This is the thing. This is the moment in time where as the designated trainer, maybe of you folks, we get to, as you say, vamp. You get to wax lyrical and come up with anything and everything you can that you can drop in 5 seconds or less. Just like this, as he comes back,
like
you can
that.
just drop the subject.
I mean, with any hope, anyway. With any hope,
yeah.
it looks like he's still organising.
You think
it
he's
and-
coming
there
back
we-
then? He's
there,
not.
there,
No,
there,
then he's
no,
not.
no,
Crescent.
we're not
Mornington
sure.
Crescent.
There we are.
Professionals.
Professionals, definitely professionals.
Right.
We kept
Somebody
busy
roll the
for it.
dice, for crying out loud.
Not falling for that one again.
No.
Right. You're doing the heavy lifting for Whipper. You, Picano, your good friend that went along with you, you started your session by hunting a moose. I mean, I've seen some movies where moose get hunted, or deer, or stuff like that. It's usually some like crack-ass ranger with an arrow. You lot didn't really do that. You kinda, I mean, you try to blame it on Picano, but whether some of
I
the
did nothing
celestial
wrong.
demonic entity may have scared the moose into a fight.
Somewhat spooked.
Somewhat spooked. So you managed to skillfully and like the elite that you are take down the moose. It got chopped up. You took it back to the tribe. I've forgotten their names. Let me scroll up. Aletsua, a elven-looking chap, has asked you to do 3 things. Go get the tapir, where you met. I've forgotten her name. Is it Imek? Eric? Imek?
Imek, I believe.
I
Yep.
can't believe I remember that. Eventually,
Best
young, delightful, excitable Imek took you to the tapir grove, not far from the camp you're in. You managed to tame them, and the last thing I think we left it where you'd found some You managed to get them ready to bring back to camp, and you'd found some footprints belonging to 2 people, possibly in boots. The other 2 tasks that they wish you to do, after the tapir are returned, are to take the water, the traditional religious ceremonial vessels, are to be filled with water and brought back from the river. And they want you to go check out Rockloom, make sure it's clear, there's no issues there, so when the tribe turns up, you can all have a lovely Green's Moons Rising. So we're going to go over to Foundry now, he says, with great confidence. Let's see if this works, if you're all in the wrong places. And you are in the wrong places. So I think, let's just move. JJ and Kiss. The other 2 are alright. Honestly, why do I do this to myself? You remember when you just used to play around the table with your mates and nobody cared?
No, I don't remember AD.
That was the before times. That was the before times.
There's no proof. But yeah, cool. Everyone's in the right place. Is Foundry working for you all?
It seems to be for me. Yep.
Do I need to click anything? So, right, let's. Yeah, so you're in the glade. The Tapir are happily, I say obeying, but they are. Oh, that was right. That was right. It might convince you that introducing yourself to the Tapir was the correct way to get their trust and bring them in. You all have been very nice, and I forgot about Cookie. You've all been very nice and introduced yourselves to the Tapir and given them the Tapir catnip. And they seem to be responsive to what you wish to do with them. I think it was Hethry that found some boot prints, or maybe Benir, but you did find a few boot prints around the glade, around the edge of the glade. You'd worked out that the poison that was in the Tapir wasn't used by yourselves, I believe. Am I just making on?
I think we had found that
We
one
had
out.
figured that out, yeah.
So yes. 3, 2, 1, go. What do you want to do?
If I remember correctly, I'd sent my bird off to have a bit of a scout around and have a look out in about a mile radius to see if there's any movement otherwise.
So, give me a perception check off the bird. Is it Ragni or Rania?
Ragrin.
Ragrin?
Ragrin. By 1.
I could just look at the screen. Yeah.
Perception would be +5. I'll take a 16 + 5 for 21.
Say that again?
16 on the dice +5 for perception gives us 21.
I heard 21, but like the whammer I am, I was looking at chat and I was like, dogs and kids? 21. So I'm totally honest. I'm new to Pathfinder, right? That's what I'm learning. Right. So Ragrin's out and about, and Ragrin, what's the communication like with you and Ragrin? Is it full on like telepathy, or is it just they're a really, really good animal companion?
I believe it is at distance. It's empathic. Let me just 36.
Or empathic?
They're looking back at the chat from
Emotional
last time.
transference. Ooh, yes, that's a
Warning.
good point.
You get a feeling of warning from Ragrin.
Do I know loosely what direction he's in? Or this feeling of warning?
From right now where you are, maybe northwest-ish.
Okay.
I mean, Ragrin's not flying in a perfect compass line, but you know I might be.
He's just doing.
Yeah. So
Fair
northwest-ish, there is a feeling of warning.
Okay. Good to know. Try and find my voice again. Ragrin's got something on his mind, and I'll point in the right direction. Bit of a warning, off in that direction. Can't get much else from him. Not this far away. Might be worth being aware of.
Do we want to deal with it, or do we want to just get these things out of here?
Could Imek take the Tapir back, and we go track whatever it is that poisoned them?
I could do, but they're giant. They're huge. They're massive. I mean, look, and Emmett goes and stands up next to him and goes, "See." And there is a considerable difference between the young child and the giant tapir. I'd give it a go, but if they get carried away, I won't be able to hold them back. They might be able to trample all over me. I don't think they will trample all over me. They're quite nice.
We don't want them to do that. That would be bad.
I could ride Cookie. Just
You
literally
are
throws
welcome to try back at camp.
it on there. Oh, bright eyes, wide bright eyes.
Enthusiasm.
I could stay here with him if you want to go track, and then maybe you could come back. And as long as if we could just tie him in, I'll keep feeding them, make sure they're all right, and then you guys go along. But don't die. And whatever kills you, if it comes down here, I won't be able to defend against it. So then I'll die. I'm the tapir. I'll die, and that'll be very sad.
Yeah, and if they, for whatever reason, double back around us, you're in just as much trouble.
See?
Let's get these out.
Take the
Let's-
Tapir back to camp.
Get the tapir back to camp as much as. Can you dismantle the trap in a way that means you could take it with you as well. Maybe the elders might recognise it as a design, or
Are you asking him, Mick?
Imic, or anybody in our group other than me, because I can't.
Oh, we pulled a couple apart, didn't we?
They are essentially in a bit of a state because the tapir set them off, and you've like pulled the poison barbs out and had a bit of a look.
Okay.
So they're in a bit of a state, but you've easily got enough of it that you could take it back.
Yeah,
with you.
let's take it back with us. Take what we've got, and let's get this lot out of here.
So taking them back.
Yeah.
We're going to get the flock out of here.
Cool. So, as you all gather up and start making your way back, it only takes you a couple of hours, as it did to get here. Well, I just double check. So, as you're making your way back, Imic is doing a wonderful rendition of how beautiful it was that you all introduced yourselves to the tapir, and now that you're all friends, and maybe you could hang out around the, whether she keeps the tapir, I just brought something, keeps the tapir happy back in the camp, and now she can introduce you to them all, and she goes on and on and on while you're walking along. Right. When you get pretty close to camp, you around where the grazing grounds are of the broken tusks of their mammoths, where they're eating, and just essentially just outside camp having a bit of a munch, a bellow erupts from the grazing grounds. The herd tenders quickly move to quiet the trumpeting mammoth, who lifts an injured leg to reveal that they've got several quills embedded in the foot of the mammoth. While the herd tenders soothe the injured mammoth and begin tending the foot, one of them calls out, "Porcupine here! Someone come and look!"
Porcupine?
Yep, just as you're heading into camp, just off to your left where the mammoth was grazing.
Porcupine.
I will wander over and have a look, because that's odd.
We don't actually need Foundry at the minute, so I've just opened my emails. Nobody knows why. Let's click somewhere else on the screen. This is going great. It's going great. It's not what I wanted.
Very
Right.
professional.
As you go over, there's two older herders there that you know to be Chultit and Inig. And they've got the mammoth's care well in hand, but they essentially pointing off as you see just a bit of shrubbery, maybe 30-40 feet from the mammoth. There's a bit of a scuffling of it, and you can see it moving and shuffling as something like just goes out of sight into this thick growth. And Chultit's just like, I think the porcupine went over there. Can't have them running around these mammoths.
Off after it. Whatever it is that I could hear scuffling, I'm heading for it.
Cool, give me a perception check.
What's my perception as this character? 7. Cool. So, 19 on the dice plus 7 for 26.
Jesus. I'll send you the Adventure Path module. So, I love that this is like, level 1 Adventure Path, DC 10. What did you get? 27.
It's just like taking out spiders.
Yeah. Right, so as you gain true sight at level 1, what
I
you
didn't
see
say
is,
it's canon now.
just beyond that thick shrubbery, you see a burrow that obviously jumps, goes down at a small gradient, and you can see this burrow, and you can see this giant porcupine there. By giant, it is, probably rideable by a baby, but you wouldn't, not that you should ride porcupines if you're a baby. We'll edit that out. We'll edit that out.
Fix that in post.
This giant porcupine is quite clearly miffed, and definitely got the eyes on. It's spitting. Its teeth are showing. its little teeth. But just behind it, on your 27, you can see 2 porcupets, 2 little nipper porcupines that are cowering a little bit and look a little bit frightened. And Mama Porcupine is definitely pissed off, looking at you, screeching horribly, just staring at you, and basically put her back to the burrow, and you can just see the porcupets behind.
Okay.
And as you walk past the mammoth, you can see that they're pulling porcupine barbs out of the mammoth's feet.
Okay.
padding.
So I'm going to suggest to the people tending the mammoth that we just move it away from the burrow. We're going to be moving on soon anyway. Let's just put the mammoth somewhere else.
Chulty looks at you, got like 3 strands of grey hair, clinging on to dear life. Kind of just every now and then will just run their hands through these 3 strands as if running through long locks of a memory many moons ago. This is the only grazing ground we've got around us, looking around near the camp. We'll have to keep moving the mammoths backwards and forwards to graze here. Can we not shoo them on, or
It's their home. They were here before us.
can we put up a rope? And
I mean,
it
we
just
could-
holds a bit of rope. It's maybe 3 foot long.
We could fence between the burrow and the mammoths, I guess.
I mean, I just don't know where else. And the mammoths are gonna come back here to graze, and they're not easy to stop. Looking at the several hundred tons of of woolly mammoth.
Are the mammoths tethered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's loose though. They don't seem to pull against it, and you think it's more placebo tether than actually holding it in place. Mammoth wants to go left. Mammoth goes left.
Sounds about right.
Could we do a porcupine petting zoo? Just put a set of fences up around them. There's a decent size. Give them rummage space. Feed them forage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there any way we could try and potentially calm the mother down?
You could do what you did with the tapper. And looks at you.
I could end up full of quills as well.
Yeah, but you'd make a new friend.
It sounds really entertaining to watch, though.
We believe in you.
We
Don't you start.
believe in you, says Emmett.
You start. Is anybody better with the natural world than I am? Surely, out of our group,
Emmett puts
who could
the
do
hand
it
up.
better.
Well, I'm
yes, you are.
supposed to be, but I didn't have a great time of it with the tapir, did I?
Well,
Give it a go.
We could give it some of the tapper, innit?
Ooh, we could try that.
Ooh.
I think the problem might well be the secrets that Ewe was giving over to us on the way there. I think if I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this.
You're the scouts. I will follow your
We
lead.
are the scouts. We are the scouts.
We've definitely found them.
Okay.
The scouts have done their job. They have been found. They are here. It's a different problem after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, herding porcupine is not my normal job as a scout.
No.
I'll be honest, I am loving this encounter. Well played, Paizo.
I don't think the porcupine are probably going to be distracted by the same stuff. But my guess would be that they eat whatever's local. So I will have a look around to see if there's anything that I think might be
Cool. Give
You
me a
know,
perception check.
the choice stuff in the area.
Porcupine
Yeah.
delicacies.
If we can just feed them where they are, they won't need to come out and.
Yeah, yeah.
get scared by the mammoth. That would work.
So I've got 15 on the dice for an 18.
So there are several. You can see like a dark, like reddish, purplish coloration around the lips of the porcupine and on the claws, and a little bit on the porcupets behind. And then nearby, there's a couple of bushes that have got berries of a similar colour.
Okay, so I will very carefully pick like a basket of a small basket of those. Then I'm going to try and walk up very calmly and very quietly, with my head sort of down, and under my breath, in a hope that nobody behind me hears, I'll be going, "Hi, my name is Karvik."
Please tell me I heard that.
Can those that wish to try and hear, give me a perception check.
Okay. 19.
Cocked. Let's try again.
My
20.
20,
My ability
19.
to
6.
It's cool.
My ability to stealth anything is terrible,
I
so...
was about to say, you want to roll a stealth roll against it?
Yeah, thankfully one thing you don't have to do with Pathfinder is do opposed rolls like that. Their target number would have been 10 plus my stealth modifier, which would have been made a total DC of 11.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, you hear Kravik introduce himself to the porcupines as please, Imek, please. What was it? 11.
11.
I got 11. So that was ridiculous. So Imek stands there, chest out, shoulders back, proud as punch, just beaming smile at Kravik, just kind of looking at you three, nods at you three, nods at Kravik, like real proud parent at 9 years old. But give me a nature check, Kravik.
And this is where it goes horribly wrong.
Low level adventuring, kids.
Low level adventuring. Natural 20
Whoa!
for a 23.
So you smash that and critical success, which is something I am very fond of in Pathfinder. Right. Mama Porcupine kind of just growls a little bit as you come forwards, sees you, kind of little bow of the head and introduce yourself and sniffs at the air. Yeah, berries. Comes towards the basket that you happen to find nearby, and just kind of ignores you and just facing, starts taking a few of the berries. Don't quite eat them to start with, just kind of picking them out dead gently, dropping them on the floor behind, and then kind of just walks around your feet and just in and out of your feet, sniffing at you, just bumping into you now and then. Not enough to like spike you, I mean, critical hit, 30 points of damage, but relaxes a lot around you. The growling goes, Mama Porcupine eats a few of the berries herself, and then goes about her business, kind of just bumping into the nippers in the burrow, and is more than happy of your presence with the berries there.
I kind of look around and I'm kind of going to go, I'm not entirely sure what to do now. That was all of my plan.
That's your child now.
No.
You must care for it, look after it, and help it grow.
I have just
exactly.
read the tame animal skill, and a critical success. I form a friendly bond with an animal. As long as it isn't starving, the animal won't attack me, and it lasts. The effect is permanent.
I am aware of what porcupine.
So you now have a familiar.
You've got a friend in Porcupine.
So just keep feeding it and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's not going to attack you when you feed it, and then when we go, it can stay here and carry on being a
There's a video
porcupine.
on YouTube of a porcupine eating a pumpkin.
Yes.
There is content for everything, folks.
It's amazing.
So now you have your newfound porcupine friend who is just chilling out with the nippers. Imek, shall we? Well, now, I mean that was poetic. It was everything I'd hoped for. I'm so proud of you. I knew that one day you'd be a great herder. It's been like 6 hours. But we should get the big uns into the camp because I think Whipper said you've got more stuff to do, and I don't want to get in trouble for keeping you behind and then talking to you about all the tapir, and then I don't want to introduce you to everyone because then we'll be here all day, maybe all night, and then I'll get in trouble. So anyway, I'm going to move these in. If you can help me, just move these over there because they're very big, and then you can go away. And she just starts pulling on the tapir reins into the camp. Hopefully one of you helps her.
Yeah. I'll go and help.
Doesn't take too long. She takes you over to the pen where the rest of them were. There's 2 more introduced. Imik goes in with them and is very involved, introducing them to each other. She's taking them around all the other tapir, introducing them. Comes back to you a moment, maybe 5 minutes later after doing the rounds. We're going to need names for them. Think on it. We don't need them right now. I mean, dwell on it, like a fine grape juice. Think about what happened, and then we can name them later because we don't want them to be the only 2 in the pen without a name. That's just rude. Anyway, I think
Itchy and Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy. As long as it's not Ren and Stimpy, we're all right. But God, I miss them too. But yeah, Imik is back into and kind of just forgotten that you 4 are there now. As I did, forgotten that there were 3 of you. But yeah, Imik is back in the pen with the tapir, doing her thing. You have 2 more tasks to achieve: collect the water and check out a rock loom. What do you wish to do next?
I think the last time we talked about it, we were considering doing the water next because Bacano has to come with us.
Yes.
Oh.
Does he have to?
You can actually see Bacano from where you're standing on the edge of the
He
camp
does.
with
We
the
asked.
with the ceremonial baskets just dumped on the grass.
Weren't
Of
those
course.
supposed to be delicate? Like,
Yeah.
weren't we told to respect? He is just, yeah.
Who punches him first?
So,
No, not me.
I mean,
I vote Sai.
Oh God, not me. I mean, Bo, not me.
there will be bulk needed to be kept an eye on for this particular quest adventure.
good.
So when bulk comes into play, it's like an encumbrance mechanic, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
So an empty basket is 1 bulk.
Okay.
There are 3 of them, I think. There are there are 3 of them. They're tightly woven, quite large, brightly coloured baskets, different shapes. Leather straps making carrying it, on one's back easier. Each can be sealed with a waxy sap to ensure it doesn't leak. So once you have them, you don't need to worry about spilling like the sacred water on the way back.
Do we know how heavy they're going to be once they're full?
I would say you've done this sort of thing before in your training, just as part of the tribe. Carrying heavy things on your back is good for those training endurance and such, and that translates to the mechanic of 6 bulk. So when Whipper was like,
6.
right.
Jesus.
So
So
I don't really know how bulk works, but your reaction to that probably means they're heavy.
A great sword is bulk 2,
So it's 3 great swords.
so it's 3 great swords when full.
I'm
And how do
gonna
you work
leave
out
the
your
glaive
book?
behind, and then I
I'm
can
encumbered
carry
at
one.
5. I'm encumbered at 5, so nope. Actually, not me.
I summon Sai.
So I'm currently carrying 7, but I will leave my great sword behind and just take them all.
Do you become encumbered as soon as you hit your bulk limit, or do you have to go over it?
So there's a max bulk that you cannot carry anything above, and then encumbered just slows you down, I believe.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Kuki currently isn't carrying anything and could carry one without becoming encumbered, so that's one of them dealt with.
Okay. I can carry one without, but I will become encumbered.
Same. Through. How much can your companion carry?
Oh, my companion. Let me open up his thing.
Si's just doing push-ups, but using his wings to cheat.
One-handed, yeah.
Not even touching the floor, just feet, just up and down using wings.
Just using his wings.
Yeah, just literally. Bit of flap now and then.
So he can carry. Encumbered is 9.
Oh, Jesus.
Max bulk 14.
Jeez.
He can have one.
So he can have one.
Pookie can have one.
He can carry all fucking 3.
What are you summoning?
I mean, hang on. Can he carry?
He could carry
No, what was his
2?
encumbered?
So he could carry
9.
2 without being. He could carry 1 without being encumbered. He can carry 2 while being encumbered.
And does encumbered just half your movement, or?
I believe it's just going to slow us down, but I can very quickly.
So basically, somebody is going to be encumbered, whether it's one of the companions or one of us.
If you are encumbered, you become clumsy 1, which is going to impact things like dexterity-based stuff, armor class, reflex saves,
Okay.
and it also gives you a 10-foot speed penalty.
Oh, okay.
So it would slow us down and it would make us not as agile. I'm happy to suggest that Cookie is almost certainly one of the better people to have one, because they can stay out of a fight, and Twikar is probably still capable of, without Cookie doing too much. And then it gets a little bit more, because even if I can carry one, carrying one into a fight might not be the best idea in the world.
If you get
Put it
into a
down.
fight and you want to put it down, because you will be wearing this as a rucksack, it will cost you an action point.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you can
Then
put
I
them
can
down.
carry one without being encumbered. So,
So Sai gets one.
or
Cookie
while being
gets
slightly
one.
encumbered, rather.
So side cookie and Kravit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm almost certainly going to be carrying the last one.
Well, only one of us should, because we're both having to leave the big weapon behind in order to do it. So if you're carrying it, I'll take my glaive.
No, to be fair, I'm only putting down one of my big weapons. I still have my maul.
Oh, I have another weapon. It's just not as useful as the glaive.
Not as big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's yeah, I'll be keeping a weapon on me, because reasons. But yeah.
Okay. So, the river is, it's not far from where you hunted the moose.
Okay.
So you're looking at an hour, a bit longer than an hour, to get to the river. So you'd get there, and then obviously an hour and a half, 2 hours to walk back carrying the stuff. It is midday, early afternoon, really early afternoon. But yes, you set off. Oh, you get to Picano. Picano's just staring at you, and just sets off. He just leaves the baskets.
We didn't
Can we
consider
step back
making
at
him
him?
carry one, did we?
No, he did
Good
not.
thing we don't.
There's no
You would just
way.
drop it. No, he can't be trusted.
way. No, I would not trust him with that. Not in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, yeah, I'll tuck this thing over one of them over my back. At the moment, having no problems carrying it whatsoever.
So you've got one. Is the other one going on Cookie?
Rest.
Tea, not cookie. It's not baked goods.
Not yet. That's a Picano, I guess.
Same response.
You gotta see that
like-
porcupine with a spit roast, like, yeah. Throwing berries on him.
I can carry the other one there as well, but you may as well summon Sai now.
I already
Nice.
summoned him. He was
Yeah,
doing
he's
the
dead.
So I get
push-ups.
summoned at the
Yeah.
tap here.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, we might have to rig it slightly around his wings, but yeah.
He just holds it, just out with one hand.
Just, yeah.
Kettlebell lift.
Yeah, just with Hethry sat in it like a swing, just like. So you've all got the baskets, and off
yeah.
you go, and you heading in the direction your best friend Picano went.
I mean, I might not. I think diverting and just letting him walk off on his own is an idea, but
just let me know.
No, I think
Assumption's a
No.
dangerous thing.
we'll
Oh.
keep.
Go
We'll keep.
with him.
We'll go with him.
If he falls in the river, I'm not going in to get him.
Seems reasonable.
Falls.
So, again, like I say, it only takes you about an hour. Unless you do just wander away from Picano. He remains about a minute ahead of you. Like you can see his back. He doesn't look back. He's just sauntering through. He doesn't appear to be making any effort to not be seen or anything. He's just heading his way to the river.
I will scout for the group. So
Okay.
I will be effectively assisting everybody in case something happens. So that's mechanically it's just +1 on initiative should we need it.
Okay.
I will be sneaking as normal.
I need to. How do I activate? How do I put you
So
on the map?
we're already on. You just need to drag tokens onto the screen for us.
How do I do it?
So-
Little people, characters.
Little people, characters,
There we
find
go,
each one,
There we
yeah.
go. Cookie is definitely Cookie. All you've done is change C for K. That's it.
So in my language, it's cookie.
Cookie.
Because I'm part
Son,
bird.
Frogger.
Yeah, they're the Adams family. Itsuki, Spooky, and Cookie.
A hand just runs past. Is
head,
that
doesn't it?
everything? Is that everything?
Yep. And I think the only other thing is you've just paused it again. I think that's the only other
yeah.
thing I can
Pause.
see. Yeah.
Hey! Learning Pathfinder and Foundry.
Proud of you.
It's alright, I just poured water all over myself. Yeah! Like a 5-year-old. Right.
Less
ev-
proud of you now.
2 out of 3, right? 2 out of
Every
3.
win comes with a fall.
So. Where's Picano? You little shitbag. Where is he? The lovely Picano. He's not on there? Why is he not on there?
It should be
Is
under
he?
your
I've got him,
NPCs.
I've got him.
Yeah.
He's under name characters, not
Yeah.
NPCs. Right, cool. So Picano is. How do I give him his hit points back?
Yeah, he doesn't need those hit points. What are you on about?
I healed him. Right, let's go.
Doesn't need them anymore.
So the river is not. Let's go over. Whee! The river's not horrendously deep. You've been here a couple of times over the last few days while camp's been set up where it is. It's enough that you could probably sit in it and it'd go up to your chest, unless you're super short, in which case, well, you probably died and got swept away. But yeah, but it's wadable. You could easily get across it. As you approach, Picano is over here when you get to it. Oh, freaked me out.
So he's gone over the other side.
Yeah, as you lot are approaching, and Kravik is scouting and aiding you in your scoutiness, the rest of you give me a perception check. What does your scouting give him a buff to? Is it a plus?
So it's initiative.
It's initiative.
Yeah, and anybody that is stealthing, effectively, they will not be as actively seeking out things, so they probably should not roll perception either.
Is anyone stealthing?
I did say I was.
Cool, so you roll your stealth.
Yeah, right.
And those of you that are not stealthing, roll your perception.
15 on perception.
15?
20.
20.
Nat
2 on the
20.
dice plus 6 makes 8 for stealth.
No, jeez.
Real stealthy.
Yeah, I've been taking tips from you.
Yeah.
Twicky's just tapping people on the shoulder. By the way, I'm stealthing. Those of you that got 16 and above, you see what Picano sees, or at least what caused his interest to go across the river. And there is the half of a haft of a spear sticking out of the bush where he is.
That looks like a trap.
just over there. He pulls it.
Oh, of course he does.
Bones of Britain.
Told you I'm not saving him if he goes in that damn river.
The weeds will accidentally pull him down. Hang on.
So he pulls the spear out, and he pulls it all the way out. It is a full spear that was stuck into the ground. Something flies off it into the bushes, and that you don't quite see. Just maybe about this, like the size of a small ball, just kind of falls off as he pulls it out of the ground. You don't really see what it is, and it just tumbles into the bush. And he holds the spear in the air and just calls back at you. Any of you object to me wielding this spear? I'll wrestle any one of you that challenges me. And he's kind of just staring at you all.
Tell Sai to challenge him.
All right.
Size that. Goosh! Just nails.
Sai smash!
Why is Sai on green?
We'll put down the thing that I'm carrying because I just want to look at the spear. Is it actually any good, or is it just this rusted piece of rubbish?
From where you're standing, just looks like a spear, but you're on the other side of the river.
I'm not interested in myself, but the natural part of me that's linked up to Ragrin is seriously curious about the bauble.
I'm more
Probably
interested in that as well.
It wasn't.
Let him have it.
It wasn't a ball. It was just the size
A
of.
bauble.
Yeah. It's not. It's funny shaped and stuff. It's not circular.
I'll cast. I'm going to move over. Just put the thing down, and I'm going to move over to the island in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm a bit closer. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
What's the range?
30 foot. I mean, it only tells me if there's a magical thing within 30 foot. It doesn't tell me what is magical.
Does it?
Where the magical thing is.
Right,
It just
okay.
tells me if there's a magical thing within 30 foot.
Such a
Ping.
stupid spell.
Interesting.
There's definitely. Do you get? So it just gets a yes or no.
I just get a yes or no.
Yes. You do detect a magical presence.
Okay. At which point... Oh. No, that'll be all I do. I'll let him go past with the spear.
As he goes past with the spear, it looks pretty nice. It's crafted from fire-treated ash wood, tipped with a serrated steel, broadhead. There's a bit of a tattered deer hide banner, kind of tangled around the shaft of the spearhead. There's a black silhouette on the banner. Like as he walks past you, you see the material drop, and it's a silhouette of a woolly mammoth against a backdrop of red flames.
That's something we recognise.
It is.
Yeah.
You recognise it as, and I have to scroll past it because you did things in a different order. You goddamn. You recognise it as the burning mammoth symbol.
It's another tribe, isn't it?
Another
It's
tribe.
another
It
form.
is a horrible tribe. You do.
Mm.
They are not nice people.
Was it... Sorry, go on. Guess.
I'm going to say, while he's wandering back, I'm going to send Cookie over to see if he can snuffle around and find the bauble thing.
Okay, give me a perception check.
How fast does Cookie move?
Probably not faster than your bird.
Because I was just going to send Cookie Ragrin just to sit on Cookie's shoulder. Have a look
Yeah,
over.
right. But Ragran will get there faster if he flies.
Well,
So,
yeah.
10 on
Damn it.
is my score, and that would have taken 3 moves. No, 1 round.
That's fair. 6
Yeah.
seconds is fine.
Yep.
Cookie gets across, has a bit of a rummage in the thing. Ragrin is in there helping out, and Cookie has something in their mouth, and when they turn around, they just spit it on the floor. Kravik, you can see a charred hand, like an ash, like a real burnt to a crisp hand, that is in a bit of a grip shape, as if it was probably holding the spear, and when Picano pulled it out, it like slid out of the hand, and you can see like the bones where the wrist's been shattered and broke. They kind of just tumble out like pebbles from an open sack.
Lovely. So, one of the daft things that you can do with this, once Picano has gone out of 30 foot, so if he's gone past me, once he's 30 foot away, I'm going to cast Detect Magic again. Because if he's taken the... Nothing. So, okay. So it's the spear.
Yeah.
Or it could be him. He might have something magical.
Or he might have something else magical on him, yes.
Who knows?
But it's definitely not the charred hand, so that's useful to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can find out by separating him from the spear. I'm doing that.
Maybe later.
Have we had anybody from the tribe go missing recently?
Not recently. You're not the only scouts in the tribe, but you're the most. You're the better of the pack. Like Whipper has definitely spent more time with yourselves, as you showed more promise. But scouts go out and about, and some folks are just foraging and checking out where there's new berries and shit. So, which is a woolly mammoth term for foraging. But but yeah, no one's been reported missing, or no one's panicked going looking for anyone. But there was also no reports of the burning mammoths being anywhere near you all. And for a bit of context, you lot kind of live off the land, you travel, you're nomadic, you go around the place, and survive that way. You look after each other, you look after the ground beneath your feet, the animals walking on top of it, the greenery growing out of it. That's how you stay alive. You respect the spirits of the land, etc., etc. Like, you just circle of life it. Burning mammoth, we've got a big spear. If they've got food, we'll take it off them, and if they tell us we can't have it, we'll kill them and probably eat them as well.
What's the ground looking like around here? Does it look like it's been scorched at any point in time?
I mean, there is... It doesn't take a lot for you to notice that the scout had walked upriver, and it doesn't appear overly that long ago that this may have happened. Like, the hand is pretty freshly burnt and charred. I mean, the flesh ain't falling off it, but there's no scorched earth. Like, there's no blackened marks across the ground or anything like this.
It might be a couple
Where's
of
the
days
rest?
old, maybe. Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking, along those lines. It might be in a day or two. Where's the rest of the body, or what caused this?
Yeah.
And I will send because Ragrin's a little bit distance away still. That feeling of concern and movement, and try and encourage him to go up and have a look again. Because if we're anywhere radially away from where the tapir were, is that threat still nearby?
Give me a survival check, Benia.
Myself or for the bird?
Whoever is who. When you just asked, is there any like scorched earth or anything? Who's doing the looking, yourself or?
Or myself on that one. So
Yeah.
let's see. That is 7 and 4 for 11.
So there is. I mean, the water there's an element of murkiness to the water. It's not as fresh and clean as what you're used to. You do notice a few bits of like charcoal ash. Usually if a campfire's just been tipped nearby, just to get rid of it or whatever. But other than that, there's no... I mean, it's coming from upriver.
Yeah.
But there's no smoke in the sky. Right? Weather's quite cloudy. There's hills everywhere. But there's a bit of ash on the water.
Yeah, problems upstream.
I want to have a bit more of a dig around in those bracken and bush areas just to see if I can find anything else that's there. And then after that, I guess we just get the water and get done.
I'm going to start filling the water while you guys are looking around.
Yeah.
Okay. So, give me... Who's doing the having a look around?
I will be.
And Ragrin will be.
Cool.
I'm going to go and get some meds and try and stop my face hurting. So I'll you guys do that.
That is definitely, a thing.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Roll for that one.
Roll me a survival check.
Survival, okay. So that will be a second nat 20 in a row
Jesus.
for a 23.
Someone
11
check
on
that man's
Ragran.
dice. Right, so you walk up to the big bard and rob them. They looking at the ash on the water, you can see bits of charcoal in there now. Just you reach into the water, you pick up the chunks of charcoal that are floating around, and they're not warm by any means unnecessary, but they ain't soggy. Like, they don't just crumble in your hand. And don't get me wrong, like, it wouldn't take long, but it does mean that this charcoal is from a more recent fire. Recent is, anyone's guess, but it is definitely, they haven't been in the water long enough to completely disintegrate, and there is still a bit of substance to them, which means the fire ain't thingy. And they're quite large and chunky. Well, what at first maybe Benir might have thought were just, a bit of flora just floating on top. Turns out that some of these are actually larger chunks of charcoal. So it means that the fire they've come from is pretty decent size and recent-ish. But it's definitely from up the river. And there are, as I said before about the tracks, the scout came from upriver. Whilst you are looking around the river's edge and checking out these chunks of charcoal, the where you put your hand into the water just to move some more of the flora about, just to see if there's anything else floating in there that might give away any more information, the water kind of tightens around your wrist. Not like an iron grip, but you'll feel a bit of resistance as you are beginning to take your hand out of the water, and then the water kind of bubbles and ripples and lets go of you. Like, you even now just pulling your hand a bit more, it comes out. There's no, like I said, there's no attempt to drag you beneath the surface, but you do hear a gurgling voice, which I cannot do, but it's emanating from that ripple of water, and it just why have you come? And the ashy water kind of splashes to and fro, going against the current. Are you here to help me? I've been so polluted. I feel so weak.
We have come to fulfill the ritual of our people, the Broken Tusks. If you are saying you need help, then I guess that's part of the ritual. What do you need? We can have a look. This appears to have come from higher up the river. Or do you just merely need cleaning and clearing of this debris?
I need purifying. I know not the ritual you speak of. And the water splashes about a bit more. Give me a nature check.
Right. 12 on the dice for a 15.
15? Cool. So as you are interacting with the rippling water voice, you kind of been attuned in a way that you can detect magic, as you've just done moments ago. The unnatural movement of the water doesn't fit. Well, it's unnatural. It doesn't even. I mean, you quickly think of, if this was the water interacting with me, it's probably follow the rules of water, but it's going against it, and you're confident that there is a minor magical effect on this water, and possibly not the presence of a water spirit. Can you now give me a perception check?
Mm-hmm. So that would be a 3 on the dice for a 6.
Cool. Carry on with your life.
But as part of all this that's going on, I am kind of signalling for the rest of the group to come a little bit closer.
And also do a perception check.
He's going to walk a little bit downstream.
Dirty 20.
Cool. The best 20. So
15.
I've lost it. So, Hethry, unfortunately for yourself, Benir, you are too busy looking down the river to notice this. But, Hethry, you notice hiding. They are amid a lot of the stones on a small island in the middle, not far from where Kravik is.
Somewhere around there.
And you can see a lobalai. A lobalai? Lobalub. Lobalub? Lobalub.
Lubba lubba lub.
Let me
Don't worry,
see.
Bill. I'll get you.
Yeah. Lobalub. Let me...
Oh, I know, we've got Bill and Ben here.
Yeah. Blub. Right. How do I view character artwork?
So, if you want to show the artwork,
players.
oh,
see
gold.
Oh my!
You see
Alright.
that? That
It's
is
a bird.
the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Aha, alright.
Unbelievable.
Told me way more than I needed to know about you, AD.
Well, sometimes Wednesdays are lonely, right? You know what I mean? So that is what you see. You see a lobalai
Okay.
just
I
hiding amongst the stones.
signal that to other people so they see it.
I'm going to try talking to it in Strix.
Cool.
What languages does it speak, AD? What languages?
It's a bird. I can speak with some birds.
It doesn't tell me. Let me have a look.
Um,
How do I
Let's
get
have a
lobalai
conversation in
stats?
pigeon next.
just double click
cooing
on
each
the
other.
creature. And there should be a languages bar that tells you the languages that they speak.
Languages passive. Languages common, Sylvan, and Aquan. And what are you speaking in?
Strix.
Cool.
That's no idea.
It kind of just bobs its head a little bit, like what is going on over there? But kind of rumbled, and the fact that even though it doesn't understand what you're saying, the lobalai stands, and you see the legs now. They were crouched together, and like the stones were above them. They're not massive, and the wings and the long beak. The eyes go bright. Hello.
Oh, hi.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're saying. But I'm sure it was lovely.
Oh, you speak the same language as us. Lovely.
Well, if you speak this language as well, yes. Obviously you do. Your friends. Hello. I'm Calbo. Pleased to meet you all. Does a little feathered salute.
I'm sorry, I'm a little taken aback here. I'm already speaking
Pleased
with...
to meet you, taking aback. I'm Calbo.
No, my name's... my name's
You're not a little, to be fair.
That's true. My name's Kravik.
You should see the big taken aback.
Pleased to meet you, Ravik. And who say again?
Pika.
Pleased to meet you. And does like a very like regal-esque bow towards you. So, cleansing the river? No? Yes?
I mean, yes. That seems to be... if nothing else, this water is probably not really good enough for us to take with us.
Well, if you purify it, you could take it with you. Where are you taking it? Is this ritual you were talking about?
Yes.
Well, if you find a mystical flower for me, we can purify the river. Grows in the stinking mud on the other side, near that dead stump over there.
Uh-huh.
How do we know the flower when we see it?
It is the only flower in that horrendously stinking, horrible mud.
What's stopping you from getting the flower?
As I've already said, I need to purify the river, and therefore must be purified and clean myself. So I cannot dirty my feathers in that. I just kind of point, and you see a couple of bubbles of mud. It could be mud, could be something else. And there's a wonderful white flower in the middle of it. As if sat on a lily pad, just in the middle of this large patch of mud.
How far from one edge is the lily pad?
Maybe 30 feet. This patch of mud is definitely reaches when the river floods. It goes out that way. It's a very large
Is there
patch.
a mechanic to sense the motive of this thing?
Perception.
Insight
It's a
check on the
perception.
bird.
It's a perception check against its deception DC.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice. My combat dice from last game.
So you are. I mean, you're sensing. Your insight. You're looking into the words Calbo's using, but what are you actually trying to figure out?
Essentially, if he's sending us into a trap.
Yeah, I would say if it's a trap or if he's just bullshitting us for his own amusement.
There is a lot of... how do I word it? There is a truth to what Calbo is saying. For instance, he does wish to remain clean. He does want the flower from the mud. He does want people in the mud. There is definitely there is a deception to the encouragement of it, but it feels less vindictive and more what's the word? Impish.
It's quite playful.
Veneer,
Guy's eye. Yeah.
do you think Ragrin can get that?
Yeah, probably.
Before we... Enough. Thank you, dogs.
Don't say no. Right, that don't work.
There we go.
Though what I was going to do was, do I know anything with nature or herbalism about what that flower is and what it might do?
Give me a nature roll.
Take a walk around and have a look at it myself as well. I'll join you on that nature if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
17.
17.
11.
"17 and 7.
11.
Oh, 11.
I know nothing guns now.
So, where's the flower? It is a mud lily, which I now need to. Oh, that should be on. Let me see. Would items be in here? No.
I don't think items are not
Cool.
special ones
No,
like that.
cool.
Emma,
That's fine.
unfortunately.
That's fine. That's fine. Boom. Oh, Control F, kids. So, the closer you get to the edge of the mud and have a look at it, the white coloration of it was actually the light of the afternoon. And now as you move around, you can see when the rays of sun actually manage to get through the cloudy weather, it's not white at all, it's a golden flower. Not like, in your face gold, but it's got a more gold than yellow-esque colouring to the leaves and the petals. To the petals, not the leaves. Shut up. The bloody herbalists. It often grows amid like ponds and puddles. It's spotless yellow/golden petals. Kind of contrast with the surrounding, as you can see clearly now. Most folk pin it to their clothing or their hair to enjoy some of its magical sullying and cleaning properties. While you wear a clean mud lily, you gradually become dirtier over the course of an hour, and grime and mud and that will kind of just end up in your hair, in your clothes, all over your skin. Your possessions end up covered in it, but the mud lily remains absolutely spotless. After about an hour, you probably look like you've lived in, squalor for years. It can be washed away as normal, does the mud and muck and dirt and grime and all that. But as long as you wear this beautiful, clean mud lily, you will continue to look like you've soiled yourself and rubbed it everywhere.
Okay, so it seems reasonable that what we've been told by the other bird is true. This will be useful in cleaning the river so we can take the water we need for our ritual.
Not sure, but
What you also know is if you dirty the mud lily while you're wearing it, you get cleaned.
Okay, then yes, I can see how that would be.
Yeah.
can.
I think I'm wearing the lightest weight gear of all of us, aren't I? And probably from the size of it, Ragnar's going to have a bit of fun dive bombing this, considering he's not
You're
exactly
confident
a
Ragnar
hog.
could easily get to it, but might have
Yeah.
to give it a tug out of the mud.
Yeah.
On a general look at the sort of area, how do we feel we could get to it? Is it like a...
You could walk
we'd have
in.
to-
It's just
Yeah,
real
wade in.
thick. I mean, it'd be maybe calf deep for the taller ones, knee deep for the shorter ones, but it is thick. Like I say, when the river floods, it definitely catches this large area. I mean, you're 30 foot from it now, and you're on the edge of the mud. So, there's a large patch of this mud, and you'd have to wade in. But,
I'm wearing the lightest weight gear of all of us, and most of my gear is designed for exploring type things, so I can get a bit muddy and then dunk myself in the river downstream a piece. Fastest and easiest. Saves Ragnar getting all messed up and me having to wash out his feathers. Him getting mud in his craw.
Cleaning off feathers would be a pain. I'd rather
Yeah.
not say thank you for that.
Just in case you fall over or anything like that, I will tie a rope onto you
Appreciate
and
it.
I will keep hold of it.
Yeah. And I will basically wade in. I think I'm one of the shorter ones actually of the group. So it'll be over as turnaround from real life. So it'll be probably just over my knees then if it's mid-calf height on the shorter.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go wading in, bit of rope around your waist,
Yeah.
and pull you out when the time comes. Yeah.
Yeah. Walk in. Let's get this. Let's get it out.
Right. Cool. So, whilst you're going in there, how does assisting somebody work regarding roles, Matt?
So if I was specifically aiding,
Yep.
I would roll an equivalent skill that made certain amount of sense. If I got over 20, I would add 1 to his roll.
Okay.
Now, realistically, at level 1, that makes it very difficult to aid.
Okay. So it's more narrative than mechanical. Okay. At this moment in time.
That said, I could use athletics, and I do have a +7 in athletics. So there's a
you could.
there's a chance. There's a chance I could aid him.
Well, you might.
But
As well. So, Benia, you either roll acrobatics to, Legolas it across the mud, or survival to just get through it. And Kravik, before you make that roll, Kravik, if you attempt to aid using your rope and mighty athletics.
So I got a 13 on the dice, which is a dirty 20, so that's dead on an aid, so it would be a +1.
So you get a +1 to your roll, Benia. So athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Idiot. Acrobatics or survival.
It's going to be acrobatics because that's the one I'm more trained in.
No
so
worries.
just making sure I don't trip over anything too bad. That's a 19 +1 +5 makes 25.
What level 1 DCs what GM writing this adventure
dice.
path when
Good dice.
This,
That's what this
these
is.
level 1s they'll have trouble with these water spirits. But yeah, so you beyond critically succeed that to the point where somewhere in Middle Earth Legolas sinks in the snow and starts crying. But yeah, you leave no prints on the. In fact, I'm pretty sure you walk across it on your hands. There's not. You couldn't even take your fingerprint off the mud. You untie the rope and throw it back, and that was the aid that Kravik gave you. You pluck the mud lily, and as soon as you have it, you can see that the tips of your fingers immediately get mucky and muddy. And you dance your way along the rope that's still in the mud as Kravik's pulling it back. And you just stand on the mud, like surfing your way back in as he pulls you in. It's brilliant. It's the greatest duo you've ever seen. It's like Zorro and Catherine Zeta. And you're back. Well played. Well played. I hate you all. So you now have the mud lily. Now, before we crack on and find out what you're going to do with the mud lily and what you're going to do with Calbo or not, or etc., I need the toilet. So we're going to call a quick break.
Yep.
So we should only be about, say, 10 minutes. So if folks want to go have a check, get a drink, have a bio break, etc., etc., and we'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks. Please stick around. Please, find out what's going on. Dalvian, apologies if I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, cool. I hope you're enjoying it. All my players are also quite good at choosing the fun options. They just don't choose any other options. That's
The only way we know how.
right. We'll be back in
straight
about.
line amongst us.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks. Stick around. How do I put this on break? Here we go. Alright, well, I think we're in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Live.
Hello.
Dalvin, I'll add it to the schedule. But yeah, every other Friday. While these lot teach me how to play and get a handle of Foundry. So yeah.
These lot, no. Matt teaches you how to play. The rest
Yeah,
of
let's
us
be
just
honest.
love the ride.
You're still there. You're still there. Why is it shrunk on the stream?
Well, I
Say
can't. I
nothing.
cannot say anything about that.
Oh, I'm
You-
desperate.
Look, it's cold, all right.
You said it was hot earlier. What are you talking about?
There's a fan right under my chair. Anyway, where'd all these ice come from? Right. So you have just before the break, you have discovered. I've forgotten his name. Calpol.
Alpol.
Calpol. Calpol. You've discovered
Calpol.
Calpol. Sugary
Sorry.
water with paracetamol in it.
We've got Cowpole and we've got Pancake, which is the nickname I've been using for Picano when I couldn't remember him.
I mean, it's definitely fitting. You have waded into the mud. Oh, you didn't even wade. You Mosesed the mud. The mud got out of the way for you as you walked across acrobatically. You grabbed the mud lily and you have returned to the edge of the mud where you have a mud lily. Calbo is a flobberlob, a lobalai. Lobalai. I'm calling it lobalai. We need some phonetics around here. Yeah, who wishes for you to get the mud lily and purify the river with it. Watching on. 2 seconds. What am I reading? So,
This is
It was
good.
one of
This
those
is
moments where you just went, "I'm just going to check that again."
Yeah. I saw the sentence and I was like, oh, cool. I need to read that again. You've returned with the flower. Calbo is smiling as much as a beaked creature could smile. Oh, fantastic. Well done. Incredible. Not a spot of mud on you. We're so close to finishing the ritual for purifying the river. And my wonderful and great friend, the water spirit, Alicia Abosa, will be so happy.
Perception.
Yeah. Name history reference check. Do I know any witches by this?
Do your perception check first.
Is there such a thing as a history check?
1.
I mean, Calbo said words.
If it helps, I got a 15 because I don't trust him either.
Definitely believes that Elisa Abosa is an entity with that name and a friend of his.
Oh, I see. He believes, right?
So, could I do a society for kind of like history? Recognize their name? Yeah.
Why not?
16 and 4 for Dirty 20.
I mean, it's not a name you've heard in any, campfire story or anything like that. Sounds like a name. But there's nothing jumping out at you historically or anything of such, story-wise or not.
It's going to turn out to be the scar of story.
The Bebeg.
Yeah. So, what are we doing with this flower then? Exactly, how does this purification thing work?
So, one of you keeps hold of the flower, and the other one, unfortunately for them, has to eat this frog raw and just produces a small frog.
Insight check.
If you do this, doing this will set the
I'm holding the flower.
frog's spirit free.
16 on perception. Is he telling me this?
Once,
Tenuous.
once the spirit... Once the spirit is free, what have you got me running here, Matt? Once the spirit is free, it will merge with the mud lily, the wonderful golden flower in your hand, and we can then summon Alicia Abosa, my friend, the water spirit, and the river will be purified. And you, what did you get on your perception?
16.
There is maybe a % of it that's true. Somebody will rise from the water. The rest is frog shit.
Kravik, you've been so well. Apparently, like the water spirit found you. I think you should take the lead in this with the frog.
I feel like the water spirit was for you.
No.
It chose you.
No.
Yeah, you're chosen by them.
Yeah.
It's an important ritual.
Look.
Look, you are
I've
porcupine
already-
wrangler,
Just stop.
river water spirit
Just-
character.
You've got such a knack with the animals, though.
You're such a natural being.
I'm pretty sure I've already been talking to the water spirit. I don't think they need summoning.
But how will you
We went-
purify the river? Look, you can see the ash.
How
and
about
charcoal
we just
from the great
put
fire?
How about we just put the lily in the water?
But you need the frog spirit to merge with
I
the mud
really
lily.
don't think so.
Are you a professional spiritist?
Excuse me, I don't think you are. I think that's the point I'm trying to make.
How very dare you!
You're offending the creatures of the land, Kravik.
I have been waiting
We've talked about this before, Crap.
for
Don't
weeks.
you start.
Waiting for weeks for somebody to come and retrieve that beautiful flower. And this poor
Right,
frog,
no.
poor frog has been
Stop you
sat
now.
here,
I'm going
It's
to
a
stop
willing
you now.
sacrifice.
I'm going to stop you now.
Willing.
willing.
That's the stuff that was in the water has only been there a couple of days. So how have you been waiting weeks?
Because
It's in the
Right.
gods.
The maul gets moved to both hands.
look,
He's going to mildly provoke it.
there are more than one fire to skin a cat.
Why are we skinning cats now? I thought it was
We're
eating
not.
frogs.
Because the water spirits demand the purification.
Is that the next stage, skinning cats?
Once the frog spirit is released, you must skin a cat 4 times.
That's
Oh,
the trick.
Same cat or 4 different cats?
Same cat.
Have you seen any cats out here? Seriously.
I have not.
Also, how many cats have 4 layers of skin?
They have 9 lives.
That is a fair point.
I am
No.
It's perfect math.
Well argued.
No.
I thank you. No one for the frog? No?
No.
And that guy's eye.
You can see
Standing as
Calbo's
tall-
just shaking their head.
Standing as tall as I can over him or near him, I really do at this point just want to use my size to kind of. Enough is enough.
Okay.
And effectively intimidate him if needs be.
How do I... So roll your intimidation check.
That will be a 19 in total, 18 on the dice.
Ooh. Where is... Oh no. I'm not saying I need another token, but it's not on here. Are they named? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Stand by, folks. Oh, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. How do I delete that? Close. He's actually named. Here we go, Calbo. There you go. You stand there. Where's your friend? Where's your friend? There's your friend. Right. So, as you intimidate Calbo, what did you get?
19 in total.
Calbo kind of backs away. I mean, they're of, medium category, but not quite the stature The ginger monstrosity in front of him.
I mean, I am rather tall. I think it was 6'4".
The Calbo is more 4'6". Calbo, from their feathered hand, kind of does a low bow to you, and you just hear blunk as the frog leaps into the water, swims for its fucking life.
Yep.
Look, all I wanted was a bit of fun, and then you lot come round here and you start kicking off, and you don't eat the frog, and you don't go in the mud. He has not got a speck of mud on him. Fuck it. Roll initiative.
All right.
And on that, you will see, as Calbo goes to swing at Kravik, you will see, he says, the water spirit rise from the water.
Right.
And I need you all to roll initiative, please.
18 and 7 for 25, please.
Jesus. Right. Let me. I need to.
It's okay. It's
Matt,
okay.
I need you, Matt.
Yep. So, holding down, I think it's shift. Just click on all the things that will be in the fight. You don't want to include Kuki, and you don't want to include Ragarin, because they all come off their owner's initiative.
Same with Sai.
Same with Sai, yeah. So don't select Sai. You can.
Matt, are you the only one without a companion?
Pretty
Oh, we
much.
have to fix
You've got
that.
a porcupine.
Porcupine friend.
Calling
and
it
then
Porky.
once
She's
you've got
companion,
everybody
she's
selected,
companion.
right-click on any one of them, and the little crossed swords and shield. That will add us into a combat tracker.
Right, cool. And then I just put them in. So, Twicky, what did you get?
25.
Jesus, 25. Benir?
Nat 1 for 5.
Okay. Kravik?
10 for 13 in total.
Hethry?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Jeez. How do I... where's your initiative?
So again, just double-click on
Yeah,
them,
I'm
and
looking for-
yeah,
It's got to be
should be on the.
main page of the phone.
So what you want to do, because it's not as clear on the creatures, if you're rolling using the dice, if you go to the, yeah, fair enough then. There you go, that's one.
Okay.
Combat flute in the background there.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
Well done, Calbo.
Yep.
So, I would. Is there some like horrific combat music? Right. This. I'm gonna use this because it's just funny. So this is our combat music for this. For this bird and this water spirit. Living the dream.
It's a big bird for such a small bird.
Sesame Street on your ass here, lad, I tell you. Right, that might be a bit loud for chat. Chat, let me know if that's too loud. Right, so.
When you're happy to start the fight, there should be a begin encounter button. If you remember the clenched fist is the combat tracker, you should be able to begin combat down at the bottom.
Begin encounter.
And there you go.
Calbo goes first. Calbo, so as you intimidate him, and Calbo was prepared to give you a slap if things got out of hand and you didn't eat the frog and release the spirit, you cruel bastard. Calbo is going to crack out now. I've got to remember combat. Right, so attacks, actions. What's this? Arrogant preen. Let's have a look at that. Holy cow. So, Calbo will stretch up, wings will go wide, and will its feathers will crest to take a supernatural, regal look about them. And everyone within 30 feet of Calbo that is a non-fair creature, can you give me a will save, please?
All right. It's definitely me. and probably
Where have I
just
gone?
kooky.
Oh, on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're flanked by us.
I'm
We'll
not
say.
thinking.
So I've got a 17 on the dice for a 22. It's all right. When I start attacking things, I'm just not going to hit. This is going to be the way of it.
17.
So,
He was a natural 1 for 5 in total.
what on
No, do I
Cookie?
have to do it with Sai
Yep.
as well?
No,
Size,
so-
no, it's only 30 feet. So
30
it should
feet.
just be
Oh,
Cookie
okay.
and Kravik. So, Cookie, you critically failed.
Ah.
So, as a failure, additionally, while the creature is fascinated, any hostile actions from the lobe eye don't break the fascination, but instead allow the target to attempt a new will save. So, Cookie is fascinated, which you are compelled to focus your attention on something distracting you from whatever else is going on around you. You take a -2 state. Can I put fascinated on Cookie?
So you can. There's right click and there's a what looks like a person with a little halo around them, and then you just need to find the fascinated in there.
Oh, it's the little swirly one. Where are you? Oh, the alphabetical. Oh, that is so cool.
They are.
Fascinated. That is not the same thing as on the spell. Right, cool. So, Cookie's fascinated. So, they got a -2 status penalty to perception and skill checks. They can't use actions with the concentrate trait unless they are intended consequences related to subject determined by the GM. For instance, you might be able to see the Right, cool. So, yeah, they're compelled to focus attention on something. So, they're distracted. So, -2 on perception and skill checks. But also because you critically failed, if Calbo attacks Cookie, it doesn't break it. But it does mean that Cookie can have another go at saving it. So that's Calbo.
Is it just Cookie, or is it any
and
of the allies as well?
No, so Kravik, you succeeded. You are distracted by the preening, and you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn.
That's fine. I don't have any.
And then we'll strike at you with its beak.
All right.
Wow.
For a in your face, mother kipper. So that's 29. Is that
All right.
Is that
That's a
it?
crit.
When you turn down eating a frog.
So
Yep.
you should have released the spirit. So if I just tap critical now, it'll roll the damage, yeah?
It will. Yeah.
Well, you got away with that.
Oh,
so.
that's
I mean, I'll take 6. I will. I'll take 6.
Only rolled 1 dice. Oh, it's
Yeah,
damage
because
doubled.
it automatically it's just a multiplier.
Yeah. And for its second attack, I move along daughter. To -4.
You will do. I mean, yeah. Was the preening thing just a single action?
Yeah,
then?
so the preening is a single action, beak's a single action, so I'll do another single action,
It
which
would be,
is
yep.
3, and you move along the attack. So this is only +5.
That's still a hit.
That's still a hit, but not a crit, no?
Not
and
a crit,
then, that's a bit more damage. 5, I think.
Okay. All right. All right. I see what you're doing here. All right.
And you can see now anger in the red eyes of Calbo. You should have played the game! And that is Calbo's turn. It is now... How do I move along? Just press this here. It's now Twicky's go. Or Tweaker.
Thank you. I can't get where I want to be. Oh, hang on. One of these has got reach. 5's got reach. Does that make a difference? Yes, it probably does. How deep's the river?
As I said before, it's wadable at this point in time. So if you are tall, maybe just below the knee, less tall, knee and a bit.
Lovely. I am going to
So it'd still be a bit shit terrain, as it were.
move to there. And then I'm going to take 1 action moving to there, 1 action to draw the glaive, and then I'm going to take a swing at Matey Boy with it. Because it's got reach. I think. Not sure it has. 16 and 6 for 22.
Oh yeah. Are you hitting Cowboy? Yeah, 22 definitely
Yeah.
is.
Okay, and that is then D8 for damage. So that is 7 plus my strength bonus, which is 3 for 10.
Ooh. Oh, and that, yeah, you crack Calbo whilst preening. Is that your movement?
That's me done.
And
Yep.
oh,
One move, one draw, one hit.
not happy about this, but it's all right. Alicia Abosa is here, the great water spirit of the river. Where are you? Where are you? She will
In the river.
not be happy that you are attacking her friend, and she will screech at you. Where are you, Alicia? There you are. She will screech at you, and where she is from. Will walk to here and breathe a liquid acid towards Kravik and Twika. So can you give me a reflex save, Kravik and Twika, please?
Yeah, natural 20.
So for a total of what?
I'm having one of those days. 23.
23, cool. So basic.
13
If it's a
and
basic,
8.
you take no damage, don't you?
Yeah.
13
if
and
it
8
is
gives 21.
Cool, so you're both safe and do not take any acid damage. But that is Alicia Abosa's turn. Can I... Oh, holy shit. That's not what I wanted to do. You get out of there. Cool. Oh! It is now Kravik's go.
Okay. Being very angry and very wound up by this thing, Kravik will take his maul that he's got in both hands, start to do some sort of odd hand movements on it, at which point the head will start crackling with lightning.
Great.
And I'm going to try and hit Calbo. With a... where am I? What's it going to be? That will be... where's my plus? 7... 21.
21 hits.
Okay.
Your crackling lightning hammer slams down into Calbo, messing up his preen.
Yep. So, Calbo is going to take...
A funeral.
an early grave.
Yeah.
29 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, Calbo go die on the floor.
Yeah, that's...
Your hammer crushes the beak and fragile bird-like skull of Calbo as you slam through him. His feathers poof everywhere like you've hit a pigeon with a baseball bat.
With a kind of sort of just a general stare over at whatever this other creature is, I will then attempt to identify this other creature. Potentially, anyway. So
how does that work?
So on that creature's character sheet, there should be a line which says like identify attempts or something like that, and it will tell you a skill. It'll then say unspecific law, specific law. But whichever
is it recall knowledge?
Yes, recall knowledge. So whichever one of those skills it is at the beginning, that's what I'm probably going to be trying to use.
Oh, so I need to tell you what to roll? You
or you can roll it for me, and I just tell you what my bonus is in that skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I just... I don't know how to roll it. You roll it. You roll it. Arcana or nature? Your choice.
Arcana, that will be, because I got a much bigger bonus than that. 17.
What do you find out about it?
So general things are name, what type of creature it is effectively, so is it...
it is a water mephit.
Water. And then normally the way I do it in mine, it doesn't have to be done this way, is I tend to say, do you want to... If it's a critical success, I give... I give all of the information. If it's just a normal success, I tend to give one of either its like defensive ability, so is it resistant to anything? What's its best save? Offensive and passive. Those are the two things.
So what was your total score?
17.
17. So you only just recall a bit of knowledge about these water methods, and you've encountered them before on the river. Normally in the smaller and less throwing a name about, and more a bit aggressive. They kind of fight and then run. You know they're magical, or at least their abilities. In fact, they just spat acid at you. You are aware that they are resistant to acid and fire, but you don't know how potently.
Fair enough. I will shout that out to the rest of the group. It's a water method. Don't hit it with acid and fire. That probably won't take that much damage.
Is recalling knowledge just one action point?
It is.
That's pretty cool.
But that is all of mine because the spell strike cost me 2 actions.
Okay. Coolios. Hethry.
Okay, I'm going to send Sai. I'm going to stay where I am because I don't want to be anywhere near this thing. And I'm just going to send Sai up to punch it.
Can Sai move all the way over there?
He can move 25 a turn, so he can move 50?
Yep.
Where's the measurement? So you can get up to it.
Okay.
And then hit it. And then I just don't do anything. Which I'm fine with, because I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Technically, you would get 1 action because you could act together, give Sai 3, and you would still get 1.
Would I?
Yes. Act together, that's how act together works, I believe.
I'm presuming I'm limited on what I can do with that, though.
Yes.
Don't think there's anything I could really do other than a spell, but that's not going to be in the act together thing, so
No.
I'm just going to hit with my wing.
Okay.
It's alright, I'm looking at the wrong thing, I think. Yeah, that's the inventory. That's not what I want to do. Where's my attack? Right, there we go.
I didn't look at that. Well, that was
23. Maths is
23?
not my strong point. It takes me ages.
23 does indeed hit Elisa Abosa.
And is
Or
it?
Alicia.
Well, that's helpful. It's not telling me what my damage is.
If you open up their sheet to the actions tab, where that strike is, you just hover over where it says damage and it should come up. He says.
Oh, hover over the damage.
Yeah.
Nope. Although, I wonder if that's because I'm popped out, maybe?
No, it shouldn't be.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a... 7.
It's rubbish. 7 damage?
Yes.
Cool. Sai goes rollicking over there and just stands there staring at it. I must destroy you, and then claps straight upside at Mephit's face.
That's it. Sai is now officially the Terminator.
Oh. One
thinking
of
about
those
Simpsons.
damages was negative damage.
As in negative, positive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's fine at this moment in time.
Okay. That's me. I'm done.
Okay, so bum, 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 bum. It is Brené's turn.
I have to run this past casting spells and things and cantrips. You can do a cantrip and a spell depending on action costs.
Yeah. If you've got enough actions, you can do both.
As Brené's first action, he's gonna have a look at it and just wince slightly and go, you know what? I think this guy just needs to chill just a little bit. And with a whispered word, sleet and heavy snowfall start to clump together on the target's feet and legs. So as I cast Clinging Ice.
Ooh. Is that a save or anything, or?
It's a hex. No, it's a primal spell focus. Or hex. Where is it hex? Nope. It needs to take a reflex and other effects depending on a reflex save. So I think I need to make an attack roll, and you get a reflex save as well to limit the damage. I hit.
31.
Yeah, all right.
Target is unaffected.
Some nat 20s. I mean, we should run a charity stream. Nat 20, 10 grand donation. Go.
Who's 10 grand? Because it isn't going to be mine.
We're playing. We're playing. We get the fans to do it.
Oh, all right then. Okay.
Okay. That sounds fair. In that case, then, seeing that doesn't work, he goes, well, fine, and he'll just make a twisting gesture and cast a ray of frost.
Ray of frost.
Play a
what?
That's the one.
String
That's
of
the one.
floss just flies out. So is that a straight up attack roll?
It is indeed. It's a +7 spell attack. So let's go for 11 and 7 for 18.
18 does indeed ray of frost the water method.
So it's a 1d4 plus spellcaster modifier. It's 1d4, so that's 2. Modifier when I need it.
Be your intelligence modifier.
Floss bites.
2 plus 4 makes 6.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
Water method still hanging around, looking really pissed off.
Good.
It's now. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
It's now Tues go.
Hey. I am going to take a single step that way. So I've got flanking. And then I'm going to hit it with the glaive again. Or not again, because I haven't hit this one yet, but... 17 and 6 for 23.
Hits.
6 points of damage.
How many?
6.
6.
So, just for general thing on that one, when you flank a creature, the armor class of the creature is reduced by 2.
2, yeah.
So that might make a 26 a crit. That's something just to be aware of.
Oh, it was 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you crit. So you
Oh,
double damage.
So
oh,
double
and
that
it's
damage.
a deadly weapon as well.
Oh, which means
Nice.
it dies afterwards.
Deadly d8s.
So 6 and 5 for 11 doubled is 22.
Yeah, you're fine.
And a
It's dead.
deadly dice. Okay.
How do you just kill it?
When you reduce the health down, it actually automatically calculates and then
it won't
puts the skull.
It
This
kills
is-
it will kill Calbo, but it won't kill.
Won't kill that one. Goodness knows then. Goodness knows.
Alright,
But
cool.
it's all done.
It's put it invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah,
I wonder
you.
if perhaps it desummons, so it knows it's a summoned creature, so it despawns it or something. Goodness knows.
That'd be quite clever. So as Twike smashes the glaive through the water method, just missing Sai, who just stands there, red eyes, half a skull, metal face. The water method just crumples and water droplets just fall all over your glaive as the creature is essentially very, very forcefully desummoned.
It's corporated.
Which means the lovely twinkle music comes back. The lovely
Twinkling
twinkle
music returns.
There is no more, Bargas battle going on in the background.
Heavy breathing.
And a pleasant rain begins to fall as you finish your 12 seconds of madness.
I think at this point, just looking at it and thinking about the way that the water is, I'm just going to suggest we get the water regardless, because now I'm done.
Can we dunk the flower in the water and see what happens?
What was Pancake doing? Sure we can, but what was Pancake doing at this point in time?
You see Picano leant against a larger rock at the far side, literally back against it, legs crossed, and he's got some sharp bit of wood, and he's just like picking at his teeth, and he's just every now and then he'll pick the spear up, and he's just looking at the spear, looking dead chuffed with himself, and he's got a basket full of water.
Just rolling my eyes at him.
I don't suppose any of you are quietly get the whole group together.
Clerics.
Don't suppose any of you are sneaky enough that you could put that lily, just tuck it into Picano's belt?
What? I was supposed to be the absolute cretin.
That's not cretin. That's funny. Also, ow! That thing really hurt me.
You're tough. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
I'll be
I'm out of
alright.
healing magic for the rest of the day.
Do you need
None.
some patching up?
I can cope so long as we're not attacked by anything.
Sit down.
Why would you say such a thing? We would never be
Sit.
attacked by anything.
Just gonna look at my book.
Sit down and wait to be patched back up.
Frog comes back and comes with a vengeance.
It's the frog. It was all the frog.
You give me a perception check.
13 on the dice for a 16.
Cool. You see a small frog laid on its back, long legs out in front of it, arms behind, and it's just got a small roll up, just floating away down the river.
So-
8 and 5 for a 13, and I don't think I have a bonus to this at this point. So, that's
So whilst
fail.
the sort of that one, this bloody elven flutist gets everywhere.
He's sat next to the frog.
Yeah, it is the frog. It actually is the frog. It's not a roll up, it's a flute. So
No,
multitasking like a lunatic.
I can try again when we get back to camp.
So
Let's leave it be.
as you are patching one another up and sort of resting, and you notice the frog floating away.
While
During-
we're doing that,
sorry.
does Picano put the spear down long enough for Cookie to wander over and pick it up?
The spear is tied to Picano's back as he fills the second basket while you were tending to grab it.
Fine. Never mind.
I mean, fair. Whilst you're tending, Picano is strapping 2 of these water baskets to himself.
You'll make your life difficult, Bella. There's only the third one, isn't there?
There's just a third one that needs filling. Does anybody fill it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started out trying to fill it while there was a, debate going on the island.
So you...
I will carry on and stick it on Cookie's back for the trip back.
Cool. So, Picano starts walking back, just immediate direction with these 2 baskets on his back. He doesn't seem to be overly slowed, but he isn't sprinting off. Cookie has got one on their back, and you now have 3 filled ceremonial water baskets. Sealed. Does anyone wish to do anything before you leave the area?
Just gonna carry on with that thorough search and see if there's any more remnants or anything that's drifted downstream.
Cool. Give
Other
me
than the
a
bits and chunks we're aware of.
investigation. Is there an investigation? Or perception?
Probably perception again. Just in case there's anything that we've missed.
I suggest, Bernier, that you might want to put the... Well, let's get the lily and put it in something so that nobody's having
Covered
to
in
touch
shit.
it for too long.
Yeah, I think I've got a spare pouch.
Cool.
Spare belt pouch, yeah. I'll pop it in that.
Goodness knows what we could do with it, but it sounds like it could be fun.
Could be useful at some point in time if we need to be. Anyway.
So what was your your perception check?
12 and 4 for 16.
Cool. Having a look around the place and just having a thorough check now that like Calbo and the water method revealed themselves. looking not far from where Calbo was hidden, there's the hollow log on the island in the middle of the river. You can see there that it kind of goes beneath the ground, and there must be a deeper bit of land that the river kind of runs around naturally, but it looks like that, possibly where Calbo lived. There's scraps of like meat and like dead fish and stuff just in the entrance to it, and it kind of goes down, and it's like a cave's a bit much, but there's a hollow log that's kind of there and a bit beneath, but it's definitely somewhere someone lived. Inside, there is a crumpled corpse of a Khalid woman. In like the armor that she's got on her is made from like hide and such. That on her face there's burn scars, but definitely dead and just kind of in there, crumpled, like pushed in, too big for a suitcase type thing. But you can see that it's a Khalid woman in hide armor with burn scars on the face.
Bernie will probably struggle a little bit, not being the strongest or toughest, but
they're also missing a hand.
Yeah, we'll pull them out and lay them alongside the log.
Pulling,
just thinking,
like getting them out. So
yeah,
you can do that.
Pull them out and lay them out, kind of thing.
Cool. You can see that their attire is a bit more like the hide armor now. Like you've crumpled her, as it were. You can see that it's a bit more. What's the word? There's a bit more violence towards what she's wearing. Like there's bloody teeth hanging from like a necklace around. There's scarifications gone on the forearms and such, and then there's been inked into it and stuff. Some of her teeth look like they've been filed to give her a more bestial look, apart from the fact that she's dead. But and there is the mammoth silhouette against the fiery red sort of like markings, done very much finger paint style across some of the flesh that you can see that the hide armor doesn't quite carry, bearing the mark of the burning mammoth.
How many hands has she got?
They're missing a hand when he first when Brunea first thing noticed that they were missing a hand.
Yeah, Bernie will just take a minute just to not quite lay the body out presentational ceremonially, but just a little bit more visible than it was before. They're going to come looking for her. At some point in time, they're going to come down here probably thinking on where she was, rather than just seeing her buried in a hole or missing her completely. At least they'll know.
Why is she burnt?
I'm
Charred
guessing.
if she's part of that tribe.
Give her. One of you want to do a medicine check?
The bird. Yeah, I'll do a medicine check.
Yeah.
Medicine +4, yeah.
5 and 5, 10.
Nat 20 +4.
Christ. What is
Not a
going
nat
on
20
tonight? You do know, like, next time we play, you're all getting that ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's when the dragon appears.
Wait for you to confiscate our dice.
Yep.
So, they didn't burn. They weren't burnt. The cause of their death is not fire. There's no stab wounds. But it was drowning. You're very, very sure of it. Very.
Yeah. So it looks like the spear and that was set up afterwards, maybe. And whatever's gone on upstream is whatever's gone on upstream and drifted down.
There is a very clean-looking sort of talisman attached to the hide armor that you found when you were doing the medicine check.
I'll look to detach it, have a look over it.
Yeah, it comes off. It's just like it's almost like the hide armor was, where they do the leather lacing to kind of hold it in place. But they've been in the water that long, the leather's kind of softened a little bit, and you just almost like pop it out like a conker out of its shell, and you have this very smooth-looking sort of like talisman-esque item in your hand.
I've got a little bit of arcane training, and about an equal amount of +7 occult training. Is that something that might ring bells?
Did you say equal amount +7 training?
Just a little bit.
If you roll one of them funny shaped dice with 20 numbers on it, and add whichever one you so wish, arcane or occult.
I'll take a 4 plus 7 for 11.
Oh,
It's one end or the other.
I mean, it's in better nick than the armour. Even if the armour hadn't have been sat in the water for however long it was, this particular talisman is well made, well crafted, probably by someone of far better talent than, from what the looks of it, you'd send a scout out. But other than you're unsure of beyond that, it's pretty shiny to be stuck on a piece of armour. It's just a nice stone talisman, but it's smoothed. The markings on it do hold, the shapes of some of the writings of scriptures that you've seen the shaman use in the tribe, but nothing's jumping out at you.
I'll stick it in my sling bullet pouch and tuck it in my belt and
Jesus.
probably forget about it for later.
I can't wait for that. I've only got this one stone left. There goes my Vorpal stone. Just across a bridge somewhere.
Some goblin's gonna really get it at some point.
Oh, mate, that'd be absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
Do you want to do some magic detecting and just confirm that there's nothing
Not
other
my
than
skill set.
Pancake Boy?
Yeah, I can do that on the way back.
I'm gonna have to. What is his name again? Because I need to write it down. It's not sitting here.
Picano.
Oh no, I believe. But yes, Pancake Boy works.
He's
No,
definitely
not-
earned the name Pancake.
Cake.
Pancake.
Picano. Descriptor. Unhelpful. Git.
I mean, he is carrying 2 of the water baskets for you.
No, he's not
Still
carrying him.
unhelpful.
He's not. What's going to happen is he's going to walk into the thing and say, "Look at all the water I got." That's what's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah,
happen.
we're not letting him carry it.
But well, no, we'll let him walk in with it, and then we'll say yes. And he didn't help us, and he didn't do anything to deal with the threat that was there at all. He just sat up by the side and picked his
don't
teeth.
think
And
that'll
by the
work.
way, he stole the magical spear, which the tribe might benefit from.
Well,
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna point out. Oh, that's really kind of you for bringing that spear back for people that need it.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
That's a gift for the chief.
Mm.
You all throw that in when we get there. So, on your way back, are you letting Picano carry or are you taking off?
I don't know,
Um,
First question. There was a lot went on just then. It was kind of a journey.
I will get Sai to carry one of them.
Cool.
yeah, we'll stop him and say, "There's no point. You are strong. We can accept that you're strong, and we can see that you're
Can
strong.
Can
Just let me butter it. Just come on." But if there is a fight, you would have to waste your time putting those things down when you could be helping us. So why don't we distribute this slightly more evenly?
Is it a diplomacy check?
Yeah, I would imagine
Give me one
something
of
like
them.
that.
Give me one of them weird social roles.
Weird social skills, which I'm not actually that good at, but hey.
That's
Yeah,
we
why
have
are you
that.
doing this?
Because
Oh,
apparently the
becoming the group
character
leader.
really is.
So 16 in total.
Just looks at you and just shrugs one off his back and it just lands on the floor.
Just I'll grab it before it breaks.
Carries on walking. I love this guy so much that if I saw him, I'd batter him. Right, so
Never leave a room.
you make your way back to camp. It takes a little longer than the trip to the river because you're now carrying stuff, and Cookie's just like, why am I carrying the bloody plodding along? Yeah, and you get back to camp. It is now afternoon, so you're looking at your 3 or 4. Not that many of the Burning Mammoth tribe carry a watch, but it is a later afternoon when you return to camp.
I mean, I really hope that the Burning Mammoth tribe aren't anywhere near here.
Yeah, that'd be entirely problematic.
I was very confused for a moment.
If we're walking back
Very
to the Burning Mammoth
contested, I
tribe, we're
think
in
we're going
bother.
for. Yeah, we're going the wrong way.
So,
Hi. Oh, hi.
Sorry, wrong tribe.
Well, this is awkward.
Call back later.
as you
Any vacancies?
Hey.
We've made one. No, that's the other thing.
as you get back,
I
know you've done that already, so screw you.
All right.
Right, as you get back, you see Whipper, and she's got a couple of nippers. So Whipper with the nippers. Jesus, what happened? And she's
carrying kippers.
She is teaching them how to make snares. Where do these kippers come from? And she's not far from when you first walk in. As expected, Picano walks straight in, walks up to the ceremonial tent where the water baskets were originally when you saw them earlier, like kind of placed on a nice bit of a wooden plinth, as it were, and dumps it nicely on the thing. Looks across at... I forgot his name. Oh, how do I stop combat? End encounter.
That'll do it, yeah.
Yes. You don't need XP. Where's my people? I need my people. Where's my people? Give me my people. Where are you? You bastards.
Let my people go.
Yeah. Oh, nope. I'm just popping out all sorts there. What's going on there? Where are you? Nope, not you. NPCs. Where are you? Letsua. You see Picano and Letsua talking. Picano points at the water basket, points at you lot, and then begins to walk away from Letsua.
So, the rest of the other folks. Come on.
Yeah. Let's put these baskets down.
Cool.
And then let's go and talk to Letsua.
Letsua is maybe 10-15 feet from where the baskets get put down. You place them down. There's a few people around you that are, acknowledging what needed to be done and what's been done, and it's as far as they're concerned, a walk to the river, fill the baskets, walk them back, but they're still proud of the tradition and the ritual behind performing that action. They're unaware of the death lobelai and crazy ass method, but yes, you get a few respectful nods from a few of the tribesfolk, and the young ones are dead excited to see the baskets, and they run off towards them, and they see Letsua nearby, who just kind of gives them a stern look, and they turn around and look off back to parents or carry on with their lessons with Whipper, who can't quite get up and chase them because she's about to have a baby in like 4 hours. So Letsua does the herding from, turns and sees you all, and I cannot remember his voice, so we're going to go with Posh Elf. Hello?
Letsua.
Picano says you had an interesting time out there on the river.
Well, we
That's-
certainly did.
Yeah. At the point where we were collecting the water, there was some sort of strange bird-like creature and a water mephit who basically wanted to mess us around.
How very dare they?
Well, yeah. But I think while that was awkward and I still am a little beaten up from it, I think what I would personally want to note is Picano has retrieved a spear from near there, which seems to have been carried by one of the burning mammoth following.
The burning mammoth? Why are they so...
Yes.
There are, or shouldn't be. We are far from them.
No, we don't appear to be. I think when we went to get the tapir as well, there were signs of booted wanderers who set traps in a very similar way to what we know the burning mammoth might do. Certainly those that do not seek a balance anyway.
Jakar, did you pick them up or was it yourself?
Pick up the what?
Who picked up the traps? Or did I end up picking them up?
It was Ricard and yourself, I think.
Just
Okay.
So Somebody did. One of us did.
Between us, we definitely did. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Searches pockets, searches somebody else's pockets, pulls out examples of.
Not ruffling my feathers.
No.
Snares are not my forte, but Whipper. You should show them to Whipper.
Yeah.
It is not good if the burning mammoth are so close. How close do we know? I mean, the river is an hour or so away, or at least from where you were. Were they close to where yourselves were? Up river, down river?
We found charcoal and ash within the water, but it had not been in long enough that it was saturated.
Maybe a fire.
The spear was buried in the bank, wasn't it?
The spear was buried in the bank. One of them, it looked like the body of one of theirs had been like caught in some sort of blast, and it ended up in the hedge. That might have been something to do. I suppose it looked like it had been burnt, but it could have been the acid from the water method, maybe. But in either case, the ash looked like it had travelled down the river, probably not for long. So maybe only at most a day's travel up the river.
Well, we have the festival to think of tonight, or the feast celebration.
Are you familiar with their writings, Letsuo?
Of a sort. It's similar to most, but
I'll grab the strange buckle talisman item out of my pouch and say,
Gandalf, can you tell me what this is?
what's this weird thing? Otherwise, I'll just sling it out to the next, bit of useful thing that we're hungry about.
Do you give it to him?
Yeah.
It's
just a case of, does he recognise the writings on it, or is it of any significance?
Holds it for a moment. His eyes roll into the back of his head, which you don't really notice because he has completely black orbs for eyes. But
there's this glimmering.
Thematically, fuck all happens. But he's having a moment right now.
Is he having a stroke?
Yeah.
Down?
6 seconds later. Again, you don't see his eyes return to normal, but he can see you now, so that's good. It is a magical talisman. It is a hunter's bane talisman, or carries the effects of such.
Okay. So someone of probably worth then having this on them, or someone who's vaguely important or useful to them.
It's usually affixed to protective items and would help. But I could probably do that for you if you were to provide said item. Maybe your armour, or maybe not your armour, but looks graphic.
I would be interested.
Or yourself.
I think. Feels like it would be a useful addition.
Because if I need armour, I'm bother anyway. I'd much rather not be anywhere near it.
I wear it.
Yes, if you...
I do.
I need to find out what that does.
Yeah.
Tried into one of the leaves. When you activate the Hunter's Bane, you sense the exact location of the attacker, making it hidden from you instead of undetected.
Ooh.
The attacker's behind the lead, the Hunter's Bane fails.
It's a spot invisible, almost.
Yep. Spot the sneaky git.
Yeah, I don't specifically need to have that sort of thing. I believe it probably only works once anyway, being a talisman, so...
Initiates all triggers when an undetected enemy hits you with an attack.
Yes, so if an enemy scout shoots you from the bush, you'll know where they are.
In that case, then, is it actually worthwhile one of us slightly softer individuals wearing it, considering we're likely to get shot first because we'll be taken out of the fight faster?
I mean, it won't stop the arrow piercing your lungs, but it will tell you who pierced your lungs and from where.
Yeah.
You'd like it, feel free.
I mean, anyone could wear it.
It's something for us to consider, I think.
I assume it's
Might
more
give
of a small benefit rather than a
Yeah.
powerful one. But yes, when you need it to fix in, just please let me know and I'll do so.
Thank you.
Should we take this snare over to Whipper, see if
Yeah.
they have any more information on its construction or the
Regarding-
poison itself?
Regarding the burning mammoths, you still need to check out Rockloom. I would be very cautious. If you do find reason for us not to go there, it will need to be a very, very potent reason, for calling off the celebration is not easily done. And some of our tribe will be ready to take up arms if the burning mammoth do not wish us there. So speak to Whipper, and then please, as quick as you can, head to Rockloom.
I could probably by now. It's probably been an hour since somebody tried to patch me back together. Let's.
Yeah, definitely. It's over an hour to walk back, so.
Yeah. Can somebody have another go at that?
If you need more, if your friends are unable to heal you in such a manner you wish, Whipper still has some potent herbs that would help fix some of your wounds.
Let me have another go. Let's see.
So as you're walking over to Whipper, Twicker just wraps a bandage round Kravik's head, and it falls off.
Yeah, pretty much. You need to stand still. Good grief, I can't
So
do it when you're in
following you
motion.
with the SpongeBob plaster, just like trying to get it on your thumb. In fact,
Not happening.
they've just broke your leg. So.
Helping.
Okay.
You lose
Not
5
helping.
hit points, Kravik. So as you get over to Whipper,
Don't joke, because you can lose hit points for
You
being
can.
healed in this game.
Can.
It wasn't a critical failure, so it didn't happen, but yeah, you can.
Yeah.
oh dear, I'll note to self.
Healed to death.
That was amazing.
That's before risky surgery.
Oh, nice.
That's a great feat.
You approach Whipper. Several young'uns are with her, and she's showing them how to make snares and such. And this, children, is how not to. Hello. Just notices you up.
Whipper.
Hello. Are you okay? Are you well? What's been going on? You're not dead, are you?
I'm stood here. I guess I'm not dead.
But you are bleeding.
I am bleeding
lot.
quite a bit. Yes.
This is not the first time that he's been like this, though. Come on.
But normally, he's fixed. Why are you still
having a
walking
good
around
day.
bleeding? Oh, okay, I see. Do you want some of these to chew on? And just
Yeah.
holds out these very, like, almost black, like right on the cusp of being black roots. Just chew on these for 20 minutes or so. They'll give you a completely... Oh, aye. Just home brewing already. You'll feel on a scale of 1 to 8, 8 hit points better off.
I can live with 8 hit points better off.
But it does take a bit of time, and you kind of get like a hit point every minute type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, we'll get that cannoned.
It's nice that you can feel it working, eh?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's taking you till session 2 to do this.
If you'd have got here in session 1, you'd have got. So, are you joining in the lesson?
No, we've found something a little bit interesting.
Oh. All right. Kids,
When we were-
gather around.
Story time.
Pull up a sound mic.
Problems. When we were talking to, what was their name? What was their name? Small one's name. Matic.
Bubble
Matic.
Small one?
Matic. Yes.
The little girl.
The little girl is
Oh,
Iwa.
Imek.
Imek. Sorry.
Immick
Did you say Ewok?
makes. I didn't. Immick makes notes. We were off to get the tapir with Immick. Turned out the tapir had a whole bunch of poison snare bits in their leg, and we brought some of the snares back. Just wondering if you recognised who might have made them, or if there's a couple of tricks that we have that other tribes don't. If there's tricks that other tribes have that we don't, you might recognise. Like the remnants of the snares.
Let's see if Whipper does. Of course they do. I don't know why I'm rolling dice. I've got chuff in Foundry. It's because I've not got it open. So Whipper has a little bit of a look and then licks the tip of one of the barbs because, you know, that's what. Whilst pregnant.
Whilst pregnant.
Yeah. A deadly poison. That's just how hard Whipper is.
How hard the tip is.
She's calling the kid Anakin.
What is she from Dune or something? She's going to take it on board and process the poison.
That's it, mate.
Yeah,
I'm set off flying now. Such a cool thing. So she spends a moment and like has a look at the barbs, like moves it around. She scrapes some of the sticky substance off the barbs into a little was it mortar and pestle?
Yeah.
There you go. Growing as a person, and just kind of mixes in some other herbs that are nearby that you've seen her mush together before and apply to her own snares and such. And then she's breathing in the aroma, turns back to, well, it's not one of ours. It's definitely got a bit more punch to it. Most of our poisons just sedate or slow down, like become sluggish, because, you know, we're not, you know, even hunting, we'd rather it be a clean kill. We won't talk about the moose. And but yeah, this has got a bit more. There's no dullness to it. This poison's quite. Well, it's horrible. It's nasty. This is no way. You shouldn't be licking it when you're pregnant.
So it's more likely to spoil.
It's more likely to hurt
the meat when
the creature or cause bits of the meat not to be able to be eaten because the poison will, you know, spread and decay some of the meat. You're gonna waste a fair chunk of the meat to be fair. This is just cruel. You just wouldn't use this to hunt. You'd use it to maim or hurt. And the substance they've used, I think, is from probably the northern area where the mountain range were, and she kind of points off into where you see the mountain range that you passed months ago. You know, where that lot usually camp. And she says it as if you're supposed to know what that lot means. There's a bit of distaste.
Folks, are we thinking that they're trying to either poison off food, make it harder for us to be around here, or maybe pushing into the area hard deliberately? Taint our meat, cause problems or ambushes at religious sites?
It's, from my perspective, the way that they're working, this looks more like they're moving into the area.
Just trying to move us out.
Yeah.
Make our life harder to all shift. Need to be careful going up to the rocks.
But we also need to do it soon.
Yeah. We need to do it now in light, while we've got some light. Ragnar can see in the dark better than I think pretty much anybody. But...
I can do a few bits and pieces to make light not an issue. Well, less of an issue.
I'm alright in the dusk, but in full dark I'll struggle.
Ethra, how are you with Sai?
I can see the dark. I'm good.
You can see in the dark.
Just had an epiphany. Oh! I can see in the dark.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember my skill set. Shut up. We're good.
So
We're fine.
So Tukar and I are okay, and as dusk falls, but we're going to lose it in the night.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be okay in full dark, Kravik?
We've lost Kravik.
Nope.
No, we've not lost. I'll not be fine. I can just make sure we have a light source without having too much of a problem.
Okay. So yeah, we need to get this done before full dark. Low light is our limit.
What is this for your trek to Rockland?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're quick about it, you get there before dark. Like you say, low light might. Yeah, but you should be there about before dark. It's an easy, just there and back, isn't it? Not what's going to go wrong. Just looking at some rocks.
Considering every single other place we've gone to has had something there to indicate that the burning mammoth are around, I'm not entirely...
Burning mammoth are around?
Yeah, it seems to be.
How do you know?
We encountered a corpse.
And these traps...
Were they dead before?
We encountered a corpse, not we encountered a person.
Okay. Just need to... Yeah. And a what? What did you say, Crowick?
The traps seem to potentially be theirs, and
yes,
also a campfire, which may signs of some sort of campfire when we were at the river as well.
Have you checked?
And you know what we didn't do? That spear that Pacano picked up. We haven't checked that out yet, because if that's theirs and we know it's magic.
If you know their snares, how are you with their weapons and equipment?
Other than obvious symbology, like weapons are weapons. The spear Pacana has, I've got a spear similar, just not with that banner on it.
The individuals marked up.
The spear definitely had markings of burning mammoth on it.
So we've got, and just raises the barbs, poisons used by tribes like the burning mammoth, the spear belonging to a burning mammoth. It's not good. Did you head upriver and check the fire out, or not?
No, we had to make sure we got the water dealt with, and there were other creatures there causing disruption, mischief.
Are they? Did you send them on the way? Are they okay? Or?
It won't be causing any more mischief.
They won't be causing us any more problems.
Or anyone, actually, technically. We're helping the natural environment.
I mean, that frog might want to one-up somebody at some point, but I doubt it.
On the last
that
day.
frog seemed perfectly happy.
That frog is a level 5 barbarian.
I'm in blazing at the moment.
Yeah.
Frog is full of sass.
Did you kill the mischievous creatures?
Yes.
We didn't
After
not
being
kill them.
attacked by them.
They
After
attacked first.
they did attack first, but hence why I was bleeding. To be fair.
I mean, how's the roots? Not of your hair. How's the roots?
Seem to be starting to do something. I'm sure I'll be at least mostly better by the time we get up to where we're headed.
I don't have a lot of them, so try not to get stabbed or whatever weird weapon was used on that wound, and kind of looks at the beak hole in your chest.
To be fair, I was pecked, I believe is the...
2 beak holes, I believe.
So when you say mischievous creature, you were attacked by a bird?
Yes.
Bird that
A
could
talking
speak.
bird.
For love.
It could speak.
Yeah,
It could speak the-
lom.
Oh, that old chestnut.
It spoke the Kenid language, so...
Oh. Looks at the kids. Look out for talking birds. They all just sort of nod. Yes. Yes, Whipper.
And I believe the other creature was a water method.
Why are they attacking you?
We wouldn't
eat a frog.
I wouldn't eat the frog.
I feel like that definitely answers your question.
They were they were attempting to get us to play a game, and I got very bored of it and
So
told
you
them that I
killed
wasn't willing to play anymore. No.
They
Once I
attacked
said,
first.
as soon as I said I wasn't willing to play anymore, they then attacked me.
So a talking bird and a water
Mhm.
mephit asked you to eat a frog for a
Yes.
game.
Oh,
You
Oh,
said
after-
no, so they attacked you and you killed them.
to
We
be fair,
may
they
have
asked
eaten
us to
some
get a
mushrooms
flower
on the
before.
way.
All of the
So we were
children
told
are
to eat the
just
frog.
like,
You know I have a short.
that's up to
Willingness
you,
to-
when you're older. Okay.
yeah. Thanks,
Keep
Whipper.
on tugging
Gotta
on
be
it. It
faster.
won't make it bigger.
I have a short willingness to be messed around with.
But it's clearly okay. Children
I mean-
don't play games with Kravik.
In all of this,
This is a
What I
valid
can
lesson to
say-
learn, I think.
is that
Let's
the
let the
whole
Kavik
walk
win.
back, Bacano was bragging about his wonderful spear that he was gifting to you to look after until your child is old enough to wield it. So don't forget to get it from him.
You see a look on Whipper that is like, I know Picano, and I don't believe you. But they just nod and
Remember,
smile.
children. Remember, children.
Yeah.
To make sure he honours that promise.
Even the
And
kids
then-
are looking at you
Children
like,
believe.
Picano. Like, the same knobhead we've seen for the last 10 years.
He's growing as a person.
I think that's just age. That's-
Compensating for his lack of growth.
yeah. So yeah, like, Rockloom, get to it, find out. I mean, I'd go with you, but and then this
Yeah.
looks disappointingly.
All right, we'll bring
I
back
mean-
some more barbed poison for you to
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
Children, don't you
Things
ever
to
do
lick
that.
surreptitiously.
Child's gonna come out hard as nails.
Just the Hulk just walks out with a beard.
Immune to all poisons.
Yeah.
Mhm. Resistance.
Vulnerable to Tapir. So, what's the plan? Are you going to head to Rockloom? Are you going to head
Yeah.
around camp?
I will pick back up my greatsword and then,
While I'm here,
while I'm here, I'm having that back.
need the big guns. Cool. As you prepare yourselves to move out, Whipper will keep the barbs away from you, really competent people. And just go back to teaching the children some of the snares with a little shout of, if you wish to, learn how to make it yourselves, let her know and she'll teach you. You head out of camp and you start heading towards where you know Rockloom is, because you've been here before. This is a thing that happens quite regular. Well, I say quite regular, but it happens regular enough that you are aware where it is. Before you actually get there and go anywhere and we set off or anything and we start doing that particular part, I'm going to knock it on the head there because it's 11 o'clock at night. And I think it's a good place to leave it. That was really good. I enjoyed it. It was cool. It's nice to be actually getting back doing it, so that's really good.
I was slightly concerned when we turned away from Whipper, she'd just suddenly get one of the barbs out.
Oh, this little habit going on.
Oh, she's been on. It's her snare. She's been yeah. So great. So we're gonna call it there, guys. Thank you very much. That was brilliant. I love that. That was cool. As I always say, I'm a massive fan of the system. I can't wait to do it more and more. But yeah, thank you so much to the Random Encounter lot, which is this lot. Go check them out on the old YouTube, which I think someone can do. There's a command for it. Somebody do the YouTube. Where's Matt's? Wait. There's a YouTube somewhere.
There is.
Aha! I found it.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, we go. So
Hey.
good we did it twice.
Yeah, so go check out. Is it Abomination Vaults? Is it?
it is Abomination.
Yeah,
Vaults
that's
with
the one
it.
we're playing, yeah.
So Matt's running this lot through that. Go check them out. It's super cool. They're in small enough chunks as well, so you can. I think it's an hour and a half. Some of them.
An hour normally. We've pushed a couple a bit long. in the last week, so there's a couple of long ones.
That's cool.
Because we might have done some stupid things.
Good. But yeah.
It's also available as a podcast, so you can listen to it. So it's also in listenable sections.
I ain't got that command, but where, JJ? Where?
On Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. If you look for Random Encounter, and you see the box with the tentacles coming out of it, that's our little
Cool.
symbol.
We shall get links for that for next time. We're going to try and run every fortnight. We'll carry on with this adventure path. Most of us LARP or do stuff around LARP weekends or just do stuff in general. Turns out we're grown ups, or at least now and then. But so Dalvin, enjoy. Let us know next time you're on. Join the chat and tell us how it went for you all lot, and see if they got a frog into smoking and a pregnant lady hooked on poison barbs. So yes, thanks for dipping up. Join us every 2 weeks. I'll put it on the schedule as well. Thank you very much to JJ and Kes and Becky and Matt. It's been a pleasure. It was great. I loved it. It's so fun. Low-level adventuring is sometimes the best RPGs. But yeah, eat a frog to release its spirit is probably the greatest thing I've ever said in a game. But yeah, take care of yourselves, folks. Have a nice night, evening, weekend, etc. And I shall see you all later. For now, say goodbye, players.
Goodbye,
Bye, players.
There we go. Bye-bye.